Chapter 874. Meteorite Cluster? Su Chen thought for a moment and said, "Is it a place formed by a large number of meteorites?" "Yes." Qi Mufeng nodded. "Can you determine the specific location of this meteorite cluster?" Su Chen probed. Qi Mufeng thought for a moment and replied, "There are countless meteorite clusters in the void, but it is rare to see one as large as the one shown on the map, and I happen to know of one." Su Chen's eyes lit up, and he quietly waited for Qi Mufeng to continue. "There is a large meteorite cluster near the Silent Sound Island in the void, but the Silent Sound Island is the territory of the void beasts, and there are countless high-level void beasts there. Moreover, there is a large amount of spatial turbulence near the meteorite cluster, and it is very dangerous to enter the meteorite cluster," Qi Mufeng said slowly. Hearing this, Su Chen pondered. The meteorite cluster was related to whether there was a void relic, so he must go there. But he was not in a hurry, because there were still many things waiting to be dealt with. When he entered the void, he was confident that he could advance to the first stage of the Saint stage. At that time, the danger would be greatly reduced. After a while, he sat in the driver's seat and began to rest. Unexpectedly, before he had time to rest, the longevity fruit tree's signal suddenly came from the planting space. "Xiao Shou, what's the matter?" Su Chen asked. "Master, the primordial spirit-shaping fruit and the essence fruit have matured," the longevity fruit tree quickly replied. "So fast?" Su Chen was pleasantly surprised. He extended his mental power and saw that the primordial spirit-shaping fruit tree and the essence fruit tree were full of fruits, and they were emitting strong mental power fluctuations. The longevity fruit tree said, "Master, it is all thanks to the spring of life, otherwise it would not have matured so quickly." That day, Su Chen gave it the spring of life, and it used all the spiritual liquid to irrigate the primordial spirit-shaping fruit tree, which was why it could grow so quickly. As for the essence fruit tree, it had been bearing fruit for a long time, and it could be said that it had matured now. "Why is the primordial spirit-shaping fruit tree different from yours?" Su Chen exclaimed softly. The longevity fruit tree and the essence fruit tree both had human faces, but the spirit-sculpting fruit tree still had the appearance of a spirit plant. This was very strange. "Master, the primordial spirit-sculpting fruit tree takes a longer time to grow. After a certain period of time, it will become like us," the longevity fruit tree explained. "Oh!" Su Chen was enlightened. Then, he plucked a primordial spirit-shaping fruit and all the essence fruits. With 10 primordial spirit-shaping fruits, he could split his second primordial spirit and nurture a puppet body. Later, Su Chen communicated with the longevity fruit tree, and learned the method of splitting the primordial spirit. Then he closed the planting space. With the essence spirit-shaping fruit and the essence spirit fruit, splitting the second primordial spirit was a very simple matter, and there would not be any danger. But it would take a few days, and the environment would be quieter. Su Chen thought for a moment, then handed the primal chaos space to Wu Yazi for safekeeping and entered it. 7 days later, the intelligent war chariot successfully arrived at the Yunluo mountain range. After 7 days of seclusion, Su Chen had also successfully split his second primordial spirit. Since then, his strength had increased by a lot. "Satoshi, search around and see if there is anyone in the Yunluo mountain range." The Tree of Life was obtained from a secret realm, and he did not know the exact location of this secret realm, so he wanted to find someone to inquire about it. Chapter 875. Master, we found a large number of cultivators in a valley. There are 3 level 10 cultivators among them, the intelligent war chariot replied immediately after searching for a while. "Satoshi, head to the valley," Su Chen said. There were so many people gathered in the valley. It was either a treasure or the location of the secret realm. Regardless of the situation, it was worth going over to take a look. The intelligent war chariot flew for half an hour. When it reached the edge of the valley, it landed. The main purpose of this trip was to gather information. There was no need to make a big fuss. Therefore, he put everyone and the intelligent war chariot into the chaos space. He only brought the swift bird with him. After entering the valley, Su Chen asked around and found out that there really was an entrance to the secret realm here. However, there was a very strong defensive shield at the entrance of the secret realm. If one's cultivation was not high enough, it would be difficult to enter. Moreover, without knowing if there was any danger in the secret realm, no one dared to enter first. After figuring out the situation, Su Chen came to the foot of a mountain. This was where the entrance to the secret realm was located. There were hundreds of people gathered there. Xiao Sun, can you sense the situation in the secret realm? Su Chen asked softly. Master, I can sense a weak life aura escaping from inside, the swift bird replied. If there was life aura, it meant that there was a high possibility that there was a tree of life in the secret realm. Su Chen nodded and said to the crowd in front of him, Please make way. Who are you? You sure talk big. Do you think you'll make way just because you said so? A muscular middle-aged man said disdainfully when he saw that Su Chen was young. Make way or die. Su Chen's voice was as cold as ice. There was a cold glint in his eyes. As soon as he said that, there was a moment of silence. Everyone looked at Su Chen. When they saw Su Chen's appearance, there was a sudden commotion. Are the young people nowadays so arrogant? They want to kill people every time they open their mouths? It's understandable that young people haven't seen the world. How dare this guy threaten Lin Yao? I'm afraid he's going to suffer. Lin Yao is not only a level 8 evolutionary, but he also has a fiery temper. How dare this kid threaten Lin Yao? I don't think he will survive. Lin Yao's face gradually turned ferocious. He glared at Su Chen and sneered. Boy, do you know who I am? How dare you speak to me in such a tone? Are you tired of living? You talk too much. Su Chen snorted and released his mental strength. You. Lin Yao felt an invisible force pressing down on him. Before he could say anything, his head was crushed by the force. F***CK. Seeing this scene, cries of surprise sounded from all around. Easily killing a level 8 evolver, Su Chen's identity as a high-level spirit reader was clear. Those who had mocked Su Chen were now trembling with fear. Is there anyone else who is not convinced? Su Chen glanced at them and said coldly. After being glanced at by Su Chen, everyone kept quiet out of fear. Even the 3 level 10 cultivators were tactful and did not say anything. A bunch of trash. Su Chen snorted and walked straight to the entrance of the secret territory. Wherever he passed, the crowd would make way. They were afraid that if they could not dodge in time, they would anger Su Chen and bring about a fatal disaster. The 3 level 10 cultivators closest to the entrance of the secret territory looked at each other and took the initiative to make way for Su Chen. Su Chen came to the entrance of the secret territory, glanced at it casually, and strode in. Chapter 876. As soon as he entered the secret realm, Su Chen felt dizzy. Teleportation. Su Chen raised his eyebrows. After experiencing teleportation a few times, he was very clear about the situation of teleportation. After a few seconds, the feeling of dizziness gradually disappeared. Su Chen narrowed his eyes and looked around. He saw that he had appeared in a sparse forest. There was a layer of gray fog around him and he could only see about 100 meters away. Xiao Sun, can you sense the location of life? Su Chen looked away and asked in a low voice. Master, it's in that direction. Swift Bird stretched out its claws and pointed forward. Su Chen nodded and ran straight ahead. After running for about 3 miles, he came out of the small forest. Outside the small forest was a desolate plain. Not far away, there was a huge withered tree that was thousands of meters long. It faintly exuded a faint life aura. Tree of life? Su Chen looked at it carefully. Just as he was about to go over to take a look, Swift Bird suddenly reminded him. Master, there are several strong people lying in ambush nearby. They give me a very dangerous feeling. To be able to give Swift Bird such a feeling, they must be at least level 10 and above. Su Chen was not careless. He contacted the intelligent war chariot and asked, Satoshi, search the vicinity. Master, this is a special space. We cannot search. The intelligent war chariot immediately replied. Special space? Su Chen thought of Meng Yi's dream creation space. In the dream creation space, the intelligent war chariot could not search. But whether it was a dream creation space or not, he could not be sure. Su Chen stood in the same place and pondered for a moment. Then he put the swift alarm bird into the pet feeding space and shouted, Come out, don't be sneaky. Since we've been discovered, let's go out and meet him. Suddenly, a cold voice came from behind the huge withered tree. Then, 5 men slowly walked out of the surgery. When he saw the faces of the 5 people, Su Chen was slightly taken aback. Then he chuckled and said, "It seems that you are planning to deal with me?" The 5 men who had appeared were from the God Clan, the Undying Clan, the Dharma Clan, the Holy Demon Clan, and the Night Demon Clan. The purpose of the 5 superclans gathering here was obvious. They wanted to kill him. "Su Chen, this is where you will be buried. No matter how powerful you are, don't even think about escaping from here." The God Clan man laughed wildly. "You think you can kill me with just the 5 of you?" Su Chen curled his lips as a disdainful smile appeared on the corner of his mouth. "Haha. You are indeed as arrogant as the rumors say." The Night Demon clansman laughed wildly. Then he snorted coldly and said, "This isn't the continent. Your strength won't be suppressed. Do you think you can escape from our hands? It's just a first-level saint rank. Even if there were twice as many of them, I would still be able to kill them all the same," Su Chen said with contempt. He had already sensed the difference in this space. Here, he would not be suppressed by the power of the realm. But so what? He could even kill the Elven Holy Tree, a second-level saint rank. A first-level saint rank was nothing in his eyes. Moreover, he also had helpers. Qi Mufeng was a first-level saint rank powerhouse. The Golden Puppet was also a first-level saint rank. If they combined with another saint rank puppet, their cultivation could be raised to a second-level saint rank. Therefore, although the 5 first-level saint rank powerhouses were powerful, they were still not enough in Su Chen's eyes. Chapter 877. Shameless Boasting. The undead man roared and called out to the other 4. "Let's attack together. Don't let this brat continue his arrogance. I'll teach him a lesson first." The Dharma man smiled sinisterly. He raised his hand and shot out a fireball that was about 10 feet wide at Su Chen. The Dharma race's magic power was far superior to that of other races, and the fireball released by the saint-level Dharma was like an erupting volcano. It gave people an extremely strong feeling of shock. Seeing this, the 4 people from the undead clan stopped what they were doing and looked on coldly. It was rumored that Su Chen was invincible among those of the same level and could easily kill those of a higher level. They all wanted to see how Su Chen would block the saint-level fireball. Just as the giant fireball was about to reach him, Su Chen directly used the Atlas shape-shifting technique. After his body rose to 10 feet, he released his mental energy and wrapped it around his hand. Then, he activated the golden scales arm and grabbed at the fireball. What was he trying to do? The 5 saint-level powerhouses were stunned. Grabbing a saint-level fireball with his bare hands? Did he want to die? Just as the 5 of them were confused, Su Chen had already grabbed the fireball and squeezed it hard. There was a loud boom. The fireball exploded, setting off a huge wave of fire that surged in all directions. Everywhere it passed, it was scorched black. When the aftershock dissipated, they saw that Su Chen was standing on the spot, unharmed. He flicked his finger lightly and flicked the ashes off. Gulp. Seeing this, the saint-level powerhouses of the 5 super races swallowed hard. Their eyes were filled with shock. The strength of Su Chen's fleshy body caused an extremely strong psychological impact on them. "I've already said that you're trash in my eyes, but you didn't believe me." Su Chen sneered. Then, he opened the chaos space and called out Qi Mufeng and the Golden Puppet. After all, the other party was a saint-level existence, and there were 5 of them. He did not have absolute confidence that he could kill all 5 of them, so he decisively asked Qi Mufeng and the Golden Puppet to help. "Su Chen, what is this place?" Qi Mufeng was surprised to find himself in an unfamiliar environment. This is an independent space where one's cultivation will not be suppressed. This is also a trap set up by those 5 fellows. Su Chen pointed at the people of the 5 super races and explained. Qi Mufeng's eyes turned cold as he looked at the 5 people. He said coldly, "Su Chen, I can deal with 2 of you." The other party actually wanted to murder Su Chen. With Su Chen's style, he naturally wouldn't let them off. This battle was unavoidable. And with his strength, dealing with 2 people of the same level was not a problem. "I can also deal with 2 people of the same level," the Golden Puppet promised solemnly. "Each of you can help me pin down one of them," Su Chen said calmly. If he wasn't worried that the other party would run away, he could kill them all by himself. At the same time, the God Race man and the others turned serious when they saw Qi Mufeng and the Golden Puppet. Su Chen alone was strong enough. Now that there was another saint-level existence and a saint-level puppet, could they still kill Su Chen? The 5 of them began to waver. Kill! Su Chen did not give them time to think. He roared and charged at the God Race Man. Qi Mufeng and the golden puppet attacked at the same time. Qi Mufeng charged at the God Race Man, while the golden puppet charged at the undead race man. Fight it out with him. The God Race Man roared and released his mind power to crush Su Chen. Trap him. The God Race Man shouted and quickly gathered the violent thunder technique. The Night Demon Man stood in place and was responsible for protecting the 2 of them and preventing Su Chen from attacking. Chapter 878. When the God Clan Man's mind energy swept over, a strange smile appeared on Su Chen's face. A giant yellow sword appeared in his hand, and he slashed it in the air. Suddenly, a force of prohibition spread out. Although the power of prohibition could not completely cut off the connection between a sage and mind energy, it was still very effective in restraining it. The God Clan Man quickly realized that something was wrong. Not only did the mind energy he released weaken, but it also became more sluggish when he controlled it. At the same time, the God Clan Man's violent thunder technique that was about to be formed also slowed down. Su Chen took advantage of this opportunity to use his powerful body to tear apart the mind energy around him and charged toward the God Clan Man. Don't even think about it. The Night Demon Man gritted his teeth and charged forward, throwing a punch at Su Chen. Scram! Su Chen roared. All of a sudden, the sword of prohibition in his hand disappeared and was replaced by a small mountain that was glowing with colorful light. There was a loud rumble. The combined 5 extremes mountain became 10 feet tall and collided heavily with the Night Demon Man. The Night Demon Clan was known for their powerful bodies, and their strength was also much stronger than those of the same level. However, in front of the combined 5 extremes mountain's 108,000 pounds of strength, it was nothing. He was smashed into the ground, leaving only half of his head behind. After destroying the Night Demon Clan Man's obstruction, a purple light flashed under Su Chen's feet. It was as fast as lightning, but it caught the God Clan Man off guard and attacked. The God Clan Man was overjoyed because his violent thunder technique had almost been formed. As long as the God Clan Man blocked it for a moment, he would be able to deal a fatal blow to Su Chen. However, before he could rejoice for long, another Su Chen suddenly appeared in front of him. Moreover, this Su Chen held a giant yellow sword and pointed it at him from afar. The extremely uncomfortable power of prohibition once again enveloped him. Why is there another Su Chen? The God Clan Man was completely dumbfounded. Just as this thought appeared in his mind, he heard a piercing sound. He looked down and saw that his chest had been pierced through by the giant yellow sword. Immediately, an extreme sense of weakness surged in his heart, and his consciousness blurred. The scene of the man from the Dharma race being killed was seen by everyone, making them feel that it was extremely strange. Suddenly, 2 identical Su Chen appeared out of nowhere, and they were both abnormally powerful. Who would have thought that? Su Chen has such a trick up his sleeve? Qi Mufeng was extremely shocked. At the same time, the 2 Su Chens attacked the Night Demon Clan Man and the God Clan Man respectively. I can't keep fighting with him. The God Clan Man's heart was filled with fear. He gritted his teeth and a soft white light appeared on his body. The God Clan Man's body, God Clan Man's was God Clan Man's God Clan Man its gods. Instead of being shocked, Su Chen was overjoyed when he saw this. A small golden city appeared above his head. It emitted a dazzling golden light and had a strange suction force. Under the suction force, the thread formed by the power of faith was sucked into the small golden city like a whale sucking in water. It was devoured in the blink of an eye. How can this be? The God Clan Man's heart was filled with extreme despair. He had spent countless years accumulating the power of faith, and it could be considered his strongest trump card. However, Su Chen had easily broken through it. Faced with Su Chen, who had endless tricks up his sleeve and was extremely powerful, was there any chance for him to survive? Chapter 879. Su Chen, spare my life. The God Clan Man roared. He knew that he could not stop Su Chen by himself. If he wanted to live, he could only pray that Su Chen would show mercy. Su Chen snorted. The God Clan Man was confused by the drunken life. Then, he rushed forward and slashed down with his saber. After the enchanted saber was upgraded, It had reached the level of a sacred weapon. Even if it was not enhanced with magic power, it was still extremely sharp. The God Clan man's head flew into the sky. Then, Su Chen punched him and he died on the spot. After killing the God Clan man, Su Chen turned and attacked the Night Demon man. The two Su Chens joined forces and their lethality increased by several times. The Night Demon man was suddenly overwhelmed. Seeing that the Dharma Clan man and the God Clan man were killed by Su Chen in the blink of an eye, the Holy Demon man and the Undead man were terrified and tried to escape. However, Qi Mufeng and the Golden Puppet were stronger than them. They had been firmly suppressed and there was no way for them to escape. The Holy Demon man even revealed his true form, which was a giant white ape that was 30 meters tall. However, Qi Mufeng still pressed him to the ground. Countless wounds were cut open on his huge body. Blood flowed out continuously. It was a ghastly sight. Ah! With a shrill scream, the Night Demon man was blasted into smithereens by the two Su Chens. Then, there was a whistling sound. The two Su Chens charged toward the undead man. The undead man was suppressed by the Golden Puppet and was killed without any resistance. At this moment, Su Chen put away his second primordial spirit and walked slowly toward the giant white ape. Qi Mufeng also stopped what he was doing. There was only the giant white ape left. No matter how powerful he was, he could not escape. Plop! When Su Chen got closer, the white ape unexpectedly fell to its knees and begged Su Chen for mercy. Su Chen, please spare my life. I'm willing to be your spiritual pet. Su Chen's eyes flickered, but he did not reply immediately. Instead, he pointed at the withered giant tree and asked, "Is this giant tree the tree of life?" "Yes." The white ape replied immediately. "Where is its demon core?" Su Chen asked. The main purpose of this trip was the Tree of Life. Since the Tree of Life was already dead, obtaining its demon core was of utmost importance. "We didn't touch its demon core. It should still be here," the white ape said honestly. Su Chen was delighted, but at the same time, a trace of doubt arose in his heart. The demon core of the Tree of Life was definitely a treasure among treasures. How could the giant white ape and the others not be tempted? "Why didn't you take its demon core?" Su Chen asked. It was Heaven's Loose Taoist's order. He wanted to use the demon core of the Tree of Life to lure you here. The white ape did not dare to hide anything. Heaven's Loose Taoist. Su Chen narrowed his eyes. He had heard from the Zhang clan's great ancestor that the immortal vitality grass was what Heaven's Loose Taoist wanted. And he took the immortal vitality grass. Could it be that Heaven's Loose Taoist wanted to take revenge on him? Thinking of this, Su Chen said coldly, "So, it was also Heaven's Loose Taoist who arranged for you to appear here to kill me?" "Yes." The white ape lowered its head and replied in a trembling voice. Su Chen thought for a moment and then asked, "Why did you listen to Heaven's Loose Taoist?" Qi Mufeng once said that Heaven's Loose Taoist was a loner who always acted alone and had no subordinates. "He forced us. If we didn't do as he said, we would be killed by him," the white ape explained. Chapter 880. Did he force you? Su Chen muttered to himself. The giant white ape and the other four were not only at level 1 of the saint level, but also came from the 5 super clans. They were much stronger than their peers. How could they be threatened by the heaven-distributed Taoist? "What's his cultivation level?" Su Chen asked in a low voice. "I don't know." The giant white ape shook its head. It seemed that it was afraid that Su Chen would not be satisfied with the answer, so it explained, "The heaven-distributed Taoist's strength is extraordinary. He can even make us surrender to him with his pressure." Was he so powerful? Su Chen clicked his tongue and turned to Qi Mufeng, saying, "Brother Qi, can a level 5 of the saint level do that?" "I'm afraid not." Qi Mufeng replied with a solemn expression. "So the heaven-distributed Taoist is at least at level 6 of the saint level." Su Chen took a deep breath. A level 6 of the saint level could definitely defeat him, which made him feel a lot of pressure. However, he quickly recovered. Without pressure, there would be no motivation. So what if the heaven-distributed Taoist was at level 6 of the saint level? He would reach level 6 of the saint level sooner or later. And with his many means, he could fight the heaven-distributed Taoist as long as he reached level 4 of the saint level. "Do you know why the heaven-distributed Taoist wants to deal with me?" Su Chen asked. He was not sure if it was because of the immortal original grass, so he wanted to figure it out. He never tells us what he wants us to do. The giant white ape shook its head and said. Su Chen did not dwell on this matter. Instead, he asked, why doesn't the heaven-distributed Taoist do it himself? It would be easy for the heaven-distributed Taoist to kill him, as he was at level 6 of the saint level. Then why did he want others to kill him? This was something that he was rather puzzled about. The giant white ape explained, because this space can only exert the strength of level 1 of the saint level at most. Once the strength is higher than level 1 of the saint level, it will collapse. Su Chen suddenly understood. After he understood what was going on, he squinted at the giant white ape and started to think. The giant white ape was a saint-level demonic beast. If he were to take it as a spirit pet, he would indeed be able to increase his powers. However, in his eyes, the giant white ape was just an ordinary creature with no potential. As his cultivation base continued to rise, he would definitely become useless. Thinking of this, he quietly opened the pet feeding space and communicated with the gold-devouring bug. Little bug, if you devour a first-stage saint-stage demon beast, can you improve your cultivation? Master, it should be about time to advance to the false saint stage, the gold-devouring beetle said conservatively. Su Chen nodded slightly. He had already made up his mind. After the metal-devouring beetles reached the pseudo-saint level, their strength would be on par with the giant white ape. Killing the white ape would also yield a level 12 energy stone and a large number of fragments. It was much more cost-effective than keeping the giant white ape as a spirit pet. Su Chen's lips curled into a strange smile. He looked at the white ape and asked, how do I leave this place? Seeing Su Chen's smile, the giant white ape felt a little scared, but it still answered honestly. Once this space is activated, it can only be maintained for an hour. After that, it will collapse and I will be teleported out. Where will I be teleported to? Su Chen asked. To the place where I entered, the giant white ape answered honestly. Then it will be the Yunluo Mountains, Su Chen said in a low voice. He had asked all the questions he needed, so there was no need to keep the giant white ape alive. Then, he killed the giant white ape without hesitation. He dug out the energy stone and collected all the fragments. Then he went straight to the Tree of Life. Chapter 881. Su Chen rummaged through the huge body of the Tree of Life and finally found a demon core the size of a goose egg. It was still emitting a faint aura of life. Little show, take a look. Is this the demon core of the Tree of Life? Then, Su Chen opened the planting space and placed the demon core the size of a goose egg in front of the longevity fruit tree. Master, this is the demon core of the Tree of Life. The longevity fruit tree was very excited. I'll leave the demon core of the Tree of Life to you. Revive it as soon as possible, Su Chen instructed. With the help of the Spring of Life and a life crystal core, the Tree of Life should be able to revive soon. After reviving the Tree of Life, he could revive the 5 thunder fruit tree and other spiritual plants. It was of great significance. Yes. The longevity fruit tree quickly nodded. After a while, Su Chen closed the planting space and cut the trunk of the Tree of Life into several pieces. He kept most of them. The remaining part was given to Qi Mufeng. Qi Mufeng had been going through fire and water with him recently. He had to give him some benefits. The trunk of the Tree of Life, even if it was withered, was still very useful. Qi Mufeng did not refuse. Su Chen, you have an avatar? After keeping the Tree of Life, Qi Mufeng asked. Previously, when 2 Su Chens appeared at the same time, he was extremely surprised. It also aroused his interest. It's a second primordial spirit. It's similar to an avatar. Su Chen did not hide it. A second primordial spirit, Qi Mufeng muttered and then asked, what do we do next? Let's wait for a while, Su Chen replied. The giant white ape said that this space could only last for an hour. After that, it would collapse and be teleported out. If that was the case, it would be fine after a while. If not, it would not be too late to think of other ways. Later, Su Chen put Qi Mufeng and the golden puppet into the chaos space. Then, he slowly waited. When the time was up, the space showed signs of collapsing. As for Su Chen, he was bathed in a beam of light and was quickly teleported out. After a bout of dizziness, Su Chen quickly recovered. When he saw that they were in the same valley as before, he heaved a sigh of relief. However, not only did the number of people in the valley not decrease, it had instead increased by several times. Furthermore, he could clearly feel a few gazes filled with ill intent sizing him up. Su Chen narrowed his eyes and looked around. He saw that they were the 3 level 10 cultivators from before, and there were a few people gathered around them. Judging from their auras, they had all reached level 10. What's the matter? Su Chen rubbed his nose and asked indifferently. A ferocious-looking old man pointed at Su Chen's nose and shouted angrily, "Kid, you killed Lin Yao, didn't you?" "I killed him. What are you going to do about it?" Su Chen pursed his lips, looking relaxed. The ferocious-looking old man glared at Su Chen and said through gritted teeth, "Lin Yao is a direct descendant of the Lin family. If you dare to kill him, you're going against the entire Lin family. I don't care if you're from the Lin family or the Lu family. Spit it out." Su Chen was getting impatient. The ferocious-looking old man took a deep breath and snorted. "Since you killed someone from the Lin family, you'll have to pay the price. Hand over everything you have, and I might spare your life." "Are you going to rob me? Just you?" Su Chen looked at him with disdain. "Kid, what did you get from the secret realm? Hand it over, and we'll let you go." A level 10 cultivator said loudly. "Since you want it, I'll give it to you." Su Chen's lips curled into a strange smile. Then, a faint golden light appeared on his hands, and he threw a punch. Chapter 882. Suddenly, the sky was filled with golden fist shadows that poured down like raindrops, enveloping all the level 10 cultivators. Bam bam! Soon after, an earth-shattering collision sound resounded. By the time all the fist shadows had landed, the few level 10 cultivators had all turned into piles of minced meat. They could not be any more dead than that. Witnessing this scene, the entire valley fell into a suffocating silence. Everyone was trembling with fear, looking at Su Chen with eyes full of deep fear. A simple fist technique could kill several level 10 cultivators. Su Chen's powerful strength was something they had never seen before in their lives, and it completely shocked them. Some of the more timid people's legs even trembled, and they could not even stand properly. Su Chen glanced around, and those who met his gaze all lowered their heads and kept quiet out of fear. "A bunch of trash." Su Chen snorted softly and ignored them. Then, he boarded the intelligent war chariot and flew away. "Master, where are we going next?" After leaving Yunluo Mountain, the intelligent war chariot asked. "To the island with the other tribes," Su Chen replied. He had already made up his mind to accumulate enough fragments before entering the void. Therefore, the other tribes on the outer islands of the mysterious heavenly mainland had to be eliminated first. After that, he would enter other realms to hunt down the other tribes. Yes. The intelligent war chariot received the order and searched for an island called Sinluo, and headed there quickly. 2 days later, the intelligent war chariot flew to Sinluo Island. The other tribes on this island were the Rahu tribe. Their overall strength was not very strong, and the highest cultivation base was only level 7. Su Chen called everyone back and carried out a bloody massacre on Sinluo Island, killing all the Rahu tribe members on the island. After collecting a few thousand fragments, he left. After that, the intelligent war chariot continued to search for the other tribes on other islands to kill. Half a year later, Su Chen had slaughtered hundreds of islands and killed countless other tribes. In the end, it was difficult to find any traces of the other tribes. Actually, half a year wasn't enough to wipe out all the non-human races on the human continent. The reason he could not find the foreign races was because they had been scared out of their wits by the massacre. They had all returned through the domain passage and destroyed it to prevent Su Chen from hunting them down. Within half a year, Su Chen had obtained tens of thousands of fragments. After exchanging them for energy points, the total amount reached a shocking 70,000. However, Su Chen was not satisfied with this number. 1. Level 11 Full Attribute Fragment already required 15,000 energy points. The subsequent, level 12 and level 13 fragments required even more energy points. Therefore, even though 70,000 energy points seemed like a lot, it was only enough to buy a few full attribute fragments. Moreover, there were many people around him, and a group of spiritual pets were also waiting to level up. Therefore, the collection of fragments was extremely urgent and they had to continue. On this day, Su Chen gathered everyone for a meal. After killing for half a year, it was time for everyone to relax. After everyone had eaten their fill, Su Chen announced the next step of the plan. It was to enter the other tribe's domain. Hearing this, Mo Rong and Wu Yazi were very excited. Because they had a huge grudge against the other tribes, they had long wanted to return for revenge. Master, when are we leaving? Mo Rong asked. Let's rest for 3 days first, Su Chen replied. He planned to use these 3 days to buy some constitution potions to increase everyone's strength. Especially Wu Yong and the others, they were too weak. If this dragged on, the gap would only widen. If they entered the void in the future, they could only hide in the chaos space. This was something Su Chen did not want to see. Chapter 883. Later on, everyone gathered together and played card games such as Do Di Zhu and Level Up. Su Chen didn't participate because he wanted to buy things. Just as he opened the Doomsday Mall, Wu Yang came to Su Chen's side with a mysterious smile on his face. Captain Wu, what's the matter? Su Chen asked strangely. Recently, Wu Yang and the others have been staying in the chaos space and haven't seen each other for a long time. Is there something urgent? Wu Yang nodded and asked in a low voice, Su Chen, are you 19 years old now? Almost, Su Chen replied. He didn't have much concept of time. When he first came to Thousand Feather Island, he was only 17 years old. Now, he should be 19 years old. 19 years old is already an adult, Wu Yang murmured thoughtfully. Huh. Su Chen raised his eyebrows. He always felt that Wu Yang's words had a hidden meaning. Captain Wu, what's the matter? Su Chen rubbed his nose and chuckled. Wu Yang coughed lightly and said in a low voice, Su Chen, you've known Tan Lin and Yang Qian for a long time. Shouldn't you consider marriage? Lin Yu thought that he had established a relationship with Tan Lin and Yang Qian for some time. In the past 2 years, he had been running around and neglected them. Captain Wu, you want us to get married? Su Chen was slightly stunned. Although he knew that he would get married to Tan Lin and Yang Qian in the morning, it was still a little unexpected. Wu Yang nodded and said, now is the right time. When we enter the void in the future, there will be no time. Su Chen felt that it made sense and said, marriage is fine, but shouldn't we prepare? In the doomsday, marriage can be simple. But after all, it is the most important thing in life, and he can't be too careless. Don't worry, you just need to be the groom, I will take care of the rest. Wu Yang promised with joy. Then I'll have to trouble Captain Wu. Su Chen said gratefully. We're all family, there's no need to be so polite. Wu Yang waved his hand and announced the news. Su Chen was going to get married. This was a big deal. Everyone stopped playing cards and went forward to congratulate him. Furthermore, they all gave out gifts. Although the gifts weren't expensive, they were still a token of their sincerity. Su Chen thanked them one by one. Behind them, Wu Yang led everyone to get busy. After working for half a day, everything was ready. The wedding had just begun. 2 hours later, Su Chen, Tan Lin, and Yang Qian entered the bridal chamber. The bridal chamber was arranged in the Intelligent War Chariot. With a level 8 Intelligent War Chariot, it could open up to 100 rooms, and each room had its own unique style. More importantly, the soundproofing effect was very good. As soon as they entered the bridal chamber, they were affectionate for a while before a hearty battle ensued. This battle caused the sky to darken and the earth to dim. Although Su Chen was a dragon fighting against 2 phoenixes, he relied on his strong physique to persist in the battle for 3 days and 3 nights. Because what happened during this period is indescribable, 100 million words will be omitted here. 3 days later, according to the original plan, the Intelligent War Chariot activated the shuttle function and entered the foreign world. Their first target was the Green Turtle race. Last time, under the instigation of the 5 major races, the Green Turtle race joined forces with other foreign races and almost slaughtered all the humans on Thousand Feather Island. With Su Chen's style of doing things, he naturally wanted to take revenge. The Green Tortoise tribe had become his first target of extermination. Elimination was not a simple slaughter, but the complete destruction of the Green Turtle race. Chapter 884. After entering the Green Tortoise tribe's continent, Su Chen immediately ordered the intelligent war chariot to search for the Green Tortoise tribe. The Green Tortoise tribe's population was only a few million. After a few massacres, their numbers had been greatly reduced. The intelligent war chariot searched for a while before finding a Green Tortoise tribe city. There were only a few tens of thousands of people there. Then, the intelligent war chariot sped over. After arriving at the city, Su Chen summoned everyone, including his spiritual pets, and gave the order to massacre the entire city. A group of experts swarmed forward, causing a storm of blood in the city. The highest level of the Green Tortoise tribe was only level 3. In the eyes of Su Chen and the others, they were even less than ants. In less than half an hour, the tens of thousands of Green Tortoise tribe members in the city were all killed. After collecting the fragments, Su Chen headed to the next target. In the next few days, the intelligent war chariot carried everyone from south to north, from west to east, turning the Green Tortoise tribe's continent into a sea of blood. It was like purgatory. During this time, Su Chen collected tens of thousands of fragments. After sorting them out and exchanging them, the total number of energy points exceeded 100,000, reaching a new milestone. Su Chen knew that if this continued, the people would inevitably get tired of it. For this, he exchanged for a lot of constitution potions as a reward to boost their morale. The greatest goal of a cultivator was to increase their cultivation. After obtaining the constitution potions to level up, everyone was extremely excited. Although they did not know where Su Chen got the constitution potions, they vaguely felt that it had something to do with killing the other tribes. Su Chen, the Green Tortoise tribe is almost extinct. Do you still want to continue killing? Wu Yazi asked as they were heading to the next location. In his opinion, killing the Green Tortoise tribe members was not a big deal. However, exterminating the Green Tortoise tribe was not a good idea. After all, there had to be a reason why a tribe could survive until now without being exterminated. Su Chen could not care less. It was the Green Tortoise tribe who killed the humans first. Even if the Green Tortoise tribe was uprooted, they only had themselves to blame. Kill all the Green Tortoise tribe members in the valley. Let's go to another realm. Su Chen thought for a moment and replied. Tens of thousands of Green Tortoise tribesmen were gathered in a huge valley ahead of them. It was very likely that this was the last stronghold of the Green Tortoise tribesmen. After the Green Tortoise tribe was eradicated, there were not many Green Valley tribesmen left. It was no different from being exterminated. Wu Yazi couldn't help but click his tongue. Su Chen was determined to slaughter the myriad races. Those races that offended Su Chen might really be exterminated. When they arrived at the valley, the swift bird warned, Master, I feel that there's some danger in the valley. There should be a super strong existence inside. Danger? Su Chen raised his eyebrows. Would he encounter any danger on the Green Turtle continent? Could it be that the experts of the other races had come to help? Thinking of this, Su Chen got the intelligent war chariot to observe the situation in the valley. Master, the strongest in the valley is only level 3. The intelligent war chariot immediately replied. Only level 3? Not only did Su Chen not feel relieved, but he also frowned. The swift bird's senses were definitely not wrong. This meant that the experts in the valley had the ability to hide from the intelligent war chariot's detection. However, no matter what kind of expert it was, he was not afraid in the slightest on the continent. Satoshi, enter the valley. Su Chen ordered. Yes. The intelligent war chariot accelerated and rushed into the valley. The valley was very vast. Tens of thousands of Green Tortoise tribesmen were gathered together. In front of them stood 4 huge stone statues. Each stone statue was very lifelike. They were the faces of the Green Tortoise tribesmen. Chapter 885. Why aren't these guys running away? Qi Mufeng asked curiously. In the past few days, they had been wantonly slaughtering the Green Tortoise tribe. They had become demons in the eyes of the Green Tortoise tribe. In the past, no matter how many Green Tortoise tribe members they encountered, they would always flee. This was the first time he had encountered such a situation where not only did they not run, they even put up a desperate fight. There must be a reason for this abnormality. This situation caused him to be on guard. Su Chen was not in a hurry to give the order to kill. Instead, his gaze fell on the 4 stone statues. After a glance he asked Swiftbird, Shao Sun, did your danger signal come from these 4 stone statues? Yes. Swiftbird nodded and said, Master, I feel that they are all alive. They don't seem to be dead. Hearing this, everyone in the carriage was stunned. The 4 stone statues were all alive. This was something that even puppets did not have. Su Chen pondered for a moment, then got out of the carriage and headed straight for the 4 stone statues. When the Green Tortoise tribe members saw Su Chen walking over, they all retreated in fear. Su Chen's main target was the 4 stone statues. He did not pay attention to the Green Tortoise tribe members. When he was 50 meters away from the stone statues, he stopped and said loudly, Stop sneaking around. Come out. Human, are you really going to kill us all and not let the Green Tortoise tribe live? Suddenly, an old voice drifted through the valley. The one who spoke was one of the 4 stone statues. Stone statues can speak? Wu Yazi and the others were stunned. Su Chen narrowed his eyes and glanced at the stone statue that spoke. He chuckled and said, It was you Green Tortoise tribe members who slaughtered us humans first. Why can't I eradicate you? Human, killing is nothing. Although we Green Tortoise tribe are in the wrong, we have also paid a heavy price. I hope you will stop now. The other stone sculpture also spoke at this moment. Su Chen curled his lips and said disdainfully, You think I'll stop just because you say so? What else do you want? The 3rd stone statue roared angrily. I will wipe out the Green Turtle tribe from this world. Su Chen's body was surrounded by a strong murderous aura as he replied coldly. He had already sensed that these 4 stone statues were probably the ancestors of the Green Turtle tribe. It was very likely that his cultivation had reached the saint level. But so what? He had killed quite a number of saint-level existences recently. You're going too far. The 3rd stone sculpture flew into a rage and roared at Su Chen. Su Chen's expression was calm as he mocked. You're just an old tortoise. Do you think you're qualified to be a human? So what if I bully you? Ah! The 3rd stone sculpture was about to explode from anger. He roared at the 1st stone sculpture, Boss, let's fight it out with him. Shut up! The 1st stone statue scolded, then turned to Su Chen and said, Human, we can give you something as compensation. I can give you something, but I'm not interested in ordinary things. He snorted coldly. The 1st stone puppet asked anxiously, What do you want? Su Chen narrowed his eyes and said calmly, 100 level, 10 energy stones, 100 mechanical hearts, or something of equivalent value. I will consider it. Whether it was level 10 energy stones or mechanical hearts, they were all very precious. Not to mention 100, it would be good enough if he could take out one. Su Chen's exorbitant demand showed that he had no intention of negotiating with the Green Tortoise tribe. He was completely toying with them. Chapter 886. 100 Mechanical Hearts. The 1st stone statue gnashed its teeth and muttered. Suddenly, a violent murderous aura emanated from its body. Crack, crack, crack. With a series of cracking sounds, the huge body of the stone statue shattered into pieces. Large pieces of stone fell to the ground, revealing a giant green tortoise that was more than 10 feet tall. At the same time, the other 3 stone statues also shook off the stones on their bodies and revealed their true forms. The 4 green tortoises all exuded a terrifying aura. Clearly, they were all sage-level existences. Su Chen narrowed his eyes and glanced at it. He raised his eyebrows and muttered, Ninja turtle? The 4 green tortoises in front of him had a strip of cloth tied around their heads. The eldest held 2 swords, the 2nd a samurai staff, the 3rd a dagger, and the 4th a nunchaku. It was exactly the same as the cartoon Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles that he had seen in his previous life. Su Chen clicked his tongue and said indifferently, Are you guys going to fight me? The 4 sage-level existences were definitely a force to be reckoned with, but they were still nothing in front of him. The green tortoise with 2 swords replied coldly, Human, leave now. We won't lower ourselves to your level. Won't lower themselves to my level? Su Chen sneered and said sarcastically, Killing the 4 of you is as easy as blowing off dust for me. Boss, he's too arrogant. Let's do it. The green tortoise with the samurai staff could not take it anymore. Then don't just stand there. Let's do it. Su Chen provoked. Kill. The green tortoise with 2 swords gritted his teeth and roared. Originally, he did not want to fight Su Chen. After all, they had heard of Su Chen's strength. Furthermore, The reason why they had turned into stone statues was to prolong their lives. Once they fought, their life force would be depleted quickly. However, Su Chen was too arrogant and had always been overbearing. Even if they did not fight, Su Chen would not let them go. Immediately, the 4 green tortoise tribesmen attacked Su Chen. Su Chen stretched out his hand and shook it. Suddenly, a golden light shone from his wrist. Then, the gold-devouring beetle, the diamond willow, and the flaming phoenix, 3 level 10 soul pets, flew out. Under Su Chen's instructions, each of them charged towards a green tortoise. At this moment, Qi Mufeng and the others arrived. Without needing Su Chen's orders, they surrounded the 4 green tortoise tribesmen. Seeing so many powerful beings appear, the 4 green turtle tribesmen were completely dumbfounded. At first, they thought that the 4 of them would be able to suppress Su Chen. Who would have thought that Su Chen would have so many helpers, and each of them was outstanding. In the blink of an eye, they were completely suppressed. "Leave the one with the stick to me." Su Chen sneered and charged towards the green tortoise warrior. Previously, this fellow was the one who was the most arrogant. Su Chen planned to teach him a lesson. Boom! With a loud bang, the green tortoise warrior was smashed to the ground by the integrated 5 extremes mountain. A deep hole appeared in the ground. Seeing this, the dual-wielding green tortoise felt a chill in his heart. Su Chen's strength was far greater than he had imagined. With so many powerful beings, they had no chance of winning this battle. "Stop! I'm willing to give you 50 mechanical hearts as compensation." Seeing that the green tortoise warrior was about to be killed by Su Chen, the dual-wielding green tortoise roared in desperation. "All of you stop!" Su Chen yelled. 50 mechanical hearts were extraordinary. It was enough to exchange for the lives of the 4 green tortoise tribesmen. Of course, if the other party did not have any and was just stalling for time, he would torture them to death. Chapter 887. Qi Mufeng and the others stopped and stared at the 4 green tortoise tribesmen to prevent them from escaping. "Give it to me." Su Chen looked at the green tortoise tribesman and asked for the mechanical heart. "Here you go." The dual-bladed green tortoise race being was quite straightforward. He tossed a storage bag to Su Chen. Su Chen released his spiritual force to wrap it up and then extended it in to check. When he saw that there were really 50 mechanical hearts in the storage bag, his expression changed. At first, he thought that the green tortoise tribesman was up to something. He didn't expect that there really were mechanical hearts. However, Su Chen didn't know much about mechanical hearts, so he couldn't be sure if they were real or fake. Therefore, he called the intelligent war chariot over and asked it to confirm. "Master, these aren't mechanical hearts. They're fake." The intelligent war chariot observed for a while and immediately gave an answer. "Fake." Su Chen's face suddenly turned cold. He turned around and looked at the green tortoise tribesman. He saw that the green tortoise tribesman had a strange smile on his face, as if his scheme had succeeded. Su Chen immediately realized that something was wrong. Just as he was about to throw the storage bag away, the storage pouch exploded with a bang. Then, thousands of red threads shot out from it and entangled with each other, forming a huge red light shield that covered Su Chen and the others. The 4 green tortoise tribesmen suddenly disappeared the moment the red light shield appeared. "Su Chen, we seem to be in a teleportation array, and it's already activated." Wu Yazi reminded him. "Teleportation array?" Su Chen's expression turned serious. He opened the chaos space and took everyone in the intelligent war chariot into it. He didn't dare to be careless when he didn't know where he would be teleported to. If he was teleported into the void and fell into the void turbulence, it would be troublesome. As soon as Wu Yazi and the others entered the chaos space, Su Chen felt his vision blur. At the same time, the world also began to spin. In the blink of an eye, they were teleported away. A few seconds later, Su Chen appeared in a small, dilapidated village. There were people moving around in all directions. Zombies! Su Chen opened his mouth slightly when he saw that the moving figures were all zombies. Speaking of which, he hadn't seen a zombie for a long time. Suddenly seeing so many zombies, there was an inexplicable sense of intimacy. Su Chen's appearance quickly attracted the zombies' attention. "There's a human, kill him!" No one knew who shouted, but all the zombies in the village rushed towards Su Chen. So many intelligent zombies? Su Chen was slightly stunned. Judging from their aura, these zombies were very weak. The strongest one was only level 2. However, they knew how to communicate and speak. These were all characteristics of intelligence. He was somewhat surprised to see so many intelligent zombies appear all of a sudden. Just as a large number of zombies rushed in front of him, Suchen raised his hand and punched out. The violent wind from his fist swept over. Not only did it kill the zombies, but it also destroyed the small village behind them. The only surviving level 2 zombie was completely dumbfounded when he saw this scene. He stood rooted to the ground, dumbstruck. Su Chen spared his life mainly because he wanted to find out some information. Then, he released his spiritual power and pulled the level 2 zombie in front of him. "Tell me, where is this place?" Su Chen stared at the level 2 zombie and asked coldly. "Senior, this is the zombie nation." The level 2 zombie swallowed his saliva and said with a trembling voice. Chapter 888. Zombie Nation? Su Chen pondered for a moment before asking, "You mean this is the territory of the zombies? There are no other races?" "Yes, this place is full of zombies," the level 2 zombie nodded and replied. Hearing this, Su Chen's mind started to turn. He then asked calmly, "How big is the zombie nation? How many zombies are there?" If there were many zombies here, he could consider staying here to slaughter them and collect a batch of fragments. The zombie nation is boundless, and there are hundreds of millions of our people, the level 2 zombie replied truthfully. "You're not lying to me?" Su Chen asked coldly. "A boundless area? Tens of thousands of zombies?" No matter which one it was enough to shock him. He even thought that the level 2 zombie was not telling the truth. "Senior, I'm telling the truth." The level 2 zombie nodded furiously. After seeing Su Chen kill hundreds of zombies with one punch, he was already scared out of his wits. He did not dare to hide anything. Su Chen's eyes flashed. He then asked, "Why are there so many of you?" 100 million zombies was too terrifying. Even on the mysterious heavenly continent, there were only a few 100 million humans. "Senior, we can also reproduce," the level 2 zombie said bluntly. "Reproduce?" Su Chen was stunned. He whispered, "Be more specific. How do you reproduce?" "Yes," the level 2 zombie replied and explained, "Although we are zombies, we are different from the zombies in the outside world. We can get married and have children just like you humans." Zombies could get married and have children? Su Chen was completely stunned. According to the level 2 zombie, the zombies here were of a different race. They were indeed different from the zombies he had seen before. Su Chen took a deep breath and killed the level 2 zombie without warning. No matter what race the zombies here belonged to, he only knew that killing them would result in fragments. After a while, he collected the fragments and called the intelligent vehicle Wuxia and the others out of the chaos space. "Su Chen, where is this place?" Wuxia asked as he scanned his surroundings and discovered that he had arrived at an unfamiliar place. "Zombie Nation," Su Chen replied. Hearing this, everyone was confused. It was the first time they had heard of the Zombie Nation. Su Chen then told him what he had learned from the level 2 zombie. When they heard that zombies could also reproduce, everyone's eyes widened in shock and bewilderment. "We can't be sure whether it's true or not," Su Chen said lightly, and then said to the intelligent chariot, "Satoshi, search around and see if there are any zombies." "Master, there are a lot of zombies around, but they haven't gathered together." The intelligent war chariot searched for a while and quickly replied. Su Chen nodded and gestured for everyone to get into the car. Then he ordered, "Satoshi, let's go and hunt the zombies. We'll start with the nearest ones." "Yes." The intelligent war chariot was ignited and started moving in a certain direction. In the next 10 days, the intelligent war chariot ran around and kept looking for zombies. During this period, they killed more than 100,000 zombies. Su Chen took the opportunity to collect a large number of fragments, and the total number of energy points exceeded 100,000. Moreover, he also obtained a very important piece of news. There were actually saint-level zombies here, and there was more than one of them. The strongest among them had reached stage 2 saint level. Chapter 889. Su Chen pondered for a moment and asked Qi Mufeng, Brother Qi, can you exert the strength of a sage here? This place is very special. I can't feel any suppression from the power of the realm. It's not a problem for me to exert the strength of a sage, Qi Mufeng said truthfully. Qi Mufeng was not suppressed, which meant that zombies could also exert the strength of a sage. However, Su Chen did not care. He was not strong enough to be a stage 2 sage. Moreover, he still had more than 100,000 energy points. It should not be a problem for him to advance to stage 2 sage. He was invincible in the same level and could kill enemies of a higher level. No one could stop him in the zombie nation. He was still an existence that could do whatever he wanted. Satoshi, find the next target. Su Chen gave the order and opened the Doomsday Mall. Since this place was not suppressed by the power of the realm, he planned to raise his cultivation level in advance. When he entered the void in the future, his safety would be better guaranteed. The level 11 all attributes fragment cost 15,000 energy points. Su Chen did not hesitate and directly exchanged for one. The exchange was successful. He officially became a false sage. Then, he looked at the level 12 all attributes fragment. When he saw that it required 20,000 energy points, he hesitated for a moment and exchanged for it. Stage 1 Sage. Su Chen clenched his hands, unable to hide his excitement. After advancing 2 levels in a row, he did not plan to continue exchanging. If one's cultivation level advanced too quickly without a period of buffering and settling, it would easily cause damage to one's body. It would be counterproductive. After exchanging for the all attributes fragment, he turned to study the items that cost 10,000 energy points. So far, there were still the 5 elements Thunder Purgatory Formation, Disillusionment Blaze Feather Divine Dragon, and 10,000 swords in one that had not been exchanged. Su Chen looked at these 3 items back and forth several times. In the end, he spent 10,000 energy points to exchange for 10,000 swords in one. 10,000 swords in one sounded like a swordsmanship from the name. He had experienced the power of swordsmanship firsthand. Regardless of whether it was the man and sword as one or the 10,000 lightning sword transformation technique, their destructive power was immense. Su Chen had long been drooling over swordsmanship, so he chose to exchange for 10,000 swords in one. The moment the exchange was successful, the feedback came. After Su Chen finished reading, he was stunned. 10,000 swords in one was indeed a swordsmanship, but it was much more complicated and profound than he had imagined. Specifically, 10,000 swords in one could be divided into 3 stages. In the first stage, 100 swords return to 1, controlling 100 saint swords to attack. In the second stage, 1,000 swords return to 1, controlling 1,000 saint swords to attack. In the second stage, 10,000 swords become 1. He controlled 5,000 saint swords, 2,500 magic swords, and 2,500 spirit swords to attack. It could be said that the difficulty of cultivating 10,000 swords as one was hellish. For example, the first stage required 100 sacred swords. Sacred swords referred to sacred artifacts, not ordinary weapons. How many people in the world could possess 100 saint artifacts? Moreover, it had to be a sword saint weapon. It was difficult to gather 100 saint swords, let alone the 5,000 saint swords in the third stage. Moreover, one also needed to have spirit swords and magic swords. This meant that if one wanted to cultivate to the third stage, they had to be a full-time cultivator. Su Chen even thought that if there was anyone in the world who could cultivate to the third stage of 10,000 swords in one, it would probably be him. However, he also knew that the possibility of success was very slim. After all, 5,000 saint swords was enough to destroy any fantasy. Chapter 890. Su Chen pondered for a while and finally decided to cultivate 100 swords into one. It was indeed very difficult to gather 100 saint swords, but it was not an impossible task. Currently, he already had 7. In addition to his own primal chaos skysplitter sword and forbidden sword, he also had Han Zhenqi's 5 holy swords. In this way, he still needed 93 holy swords. Su Chen pondered. He could take some from the mutated tribe, buy them at the auction, or let Wu Yazi forge a batch, and exchange the rest through the Doomsday Mall. There should be a chance to gather them. Of course, Lin Yu also knew that this was a long way to go, and he could not rush it. After a while, He closed the Doomsday Mall and began to rest. 3 hours later, the intelligent war chariot appeared in front of a huge city and stopped. At this time, Swiftbird also reminded, "Master, there are many powerful existences in this city. They should be holy level powerhouses." Suchen slowly opened his eyes and ordered, "Satoshi, how many holy level powerhouses are in the city?" He was sure that there were holy level powerhouses in the zombie nation. Therefore, he was not surprised to meet holy level powerhouses here. "Master, there are 4 holy level 1 zombies and 1 holy level 2 zombie." The intelligent war chariot immediately replied, "5 holy level powerhouses?" Suchen raised his eyebrows. According to the information he received, there were no more than 10 holy level zombies in the zombie nation. However, there were 5 holy level powerhouses in the city, and the strongest one was holy level 2. This meant that this city was very likely to be the zombie nation's royal city. "Master, the 5 holy level zombies and a large number of powerhouses are coming out of the city," the intelligent war chariot reminded. Suchen nodded slightly and said calmly, "Let's go down and meet them." With that, he opened the door and walked out. Qi Mufeng and the others did not hesitate and followed closely behind. As soon as Suchen got out of the car, the zombies had already rushed in front of him and stared at him covetously. "Humans, why are you slaughtering our people?" A short level, 1 saint level zombie questioned Suchen angrily. "Why can't I?" Suchen curled his lips and said casually. Humans and zombies were like fire and water. It was normal for them to kill each other. "So you did it on purpose?" The tall zombie's face was gloomy, and he glared at Suchen, looking very angry. "You can say that." Suchen nodded and admitted it generously. The main purpose of killing the zombies here was to get the fragments. Regardless of whether they provoked him or not, he had to take action. "You're going too far." The short zombie at the first level of the saint rank suddenly flew into a rage, roaring and rushing towards Suchen. The rest of the zombies stood still and didn't stop him. Without knowing Suchen's strength, they all wanted the short zombie to test him. "You overestimate yourself." Suchen smiled contemptuously and released his spirit power to sweep forward. At level 1 saint level, his spirit power was even more powerful than that of level 2 saint level. The short zombie was covered by his spirit power and immediately lost the ability to move. At the same time, his whole body twisted irregularly, and finally, he was pressed into a ball and exploded with a loud bang. Hiss! Seeing this scene, the sound of cold air being sucked in could be heard from all around. All the zombies' eyes were filled with deep fear. Even the tall zombie at level 2 saint level was trembling all over. As for Qi Mufeng and the others, their mouths were wide open. They were extremely shocked. Chapter 891. Who would have thought that a first-level saint-rank powerhouse could not even cause a ripple under Suchen's hands, and was easily crushed? How strong was Suchen now? Suchen has reached first-stage saint level. Wu Yazi exclaimed when he felt the violent aura coming from Suchen. First-stage saint level? Shang Tsili and the others were stunned for a moment. When they came back to their senses, they were excited. Qi Muxue and Qi Muyu looked at each other and could see the shock in each other's eyes. Suchen was not even 20 years old. A first-stage saint level less than 20 years old was unbelievable. "Human, what will it take for you to let us go?" Even if the tall zombie was extremely angry, he could only suppress this anger in the bottom of his heart and turn to a negotiating tone with Suchen. He knew that although Suchen was only a first-stage saint level, his strength was far beyond his peers. He was also a powerful spirit reader. Even if he went up against him, he would not be a match for him. Seeing that the other party had admitted defeat, Suchen was not in a hurry to make a move. He smiled faintly. "If you can give me a satisfactory reward, I can consider letting you go." "What do you want?" The tall zombie gritted his teeth and asked. It was a matter of life and death. Even if Suchen's request was a little excessive, he would find a way to satisfy it. "Energy stones above level 10, mechanical heart, or ores to forge a holy sword will do," Suchen said calmly. Of course, he only mentioned the name. As for the quantity, it could not be too little. It had to be satisfactory. Otherwise, it would be better to kill them all and get the fragments. "I can give you ores to forge a holy sword," the tall zombie said without hesitation. Su Chen was a little surprised. He just mentioned it casually. He did not expect the other party to really have it. How much do you have? Don't tell me if it's 1 or 2 pieces, Su Chen said. The main reason he wanted the ores was to forge a sacred sword. However, the amount of ores required for the 93 sacred swords was massive. 1 or 2 ores were simply not enough. I have 500 kilograms. The tall zombie said in a deep voice. 500 kilograms? Su Chen was stunned. Wu Yazi and the others were also extremely shocked. The ores used to forge holy swords were all things that could only be found by chance. Having 1 or 2 pieces was already very impressive. 1,000 catties was simply appalling. Su Chen took a deep breath and whispered, "Take it out and let me have a look." What you hear may be false, but seeing is believing. Was it really 500 kilograms? What was the quality of the ores? He could only be sure if he saw it with his own eyes. The tall zombie quickly opened his storage bag and took out a huge piece of ore. There was still dazzling lightning on it. Great Kiliakosm Thunderlight Stone. When Wu Yazi saw this piece of ore, his eyes almost popped out. As a master blacksmith, he had come into contact with a lot of ores. With a single glance, he was able to tell that this ore was the Great Thousand Lightning Light Oregon. Senior, can the Great Thousand Lightning Light ore be used to forge a sacred sword? Su Chen asked anxiously. With a few supplementary materials, it can be used to forge a sacred sword with the lightning attribute. Wu Yazi replied with certainty. How many can you forge? Su Chen was extremely excited and asked. Wu Yazi pondered for a moment and gave an answer. A conservative estimate should be 80. Su Chen's heart moved. 80 plus the 7 he had. He was very close to 100. This Great Thousand Lightning Light ore must be in his hands. Chapter 892. Su Chen released his spirit energy and swept toward the big Kiliakosm Thunderlight Stone. What are you doing? The tall zombie roared and grabbed the big Kiliakosm Thunderlight Stone. Su Chen hadn't promised to let them go yet. What if he took the stone and went back on his word? Seeing this, Su Chen snorted and controlled his spirit energy to crush the tall zombie. You! The tall zombie was frustrated. He didn't dare to be careless in the face of Su Chen's spirit energy. He took out a thunder sword and slashed. Suddenly, tens of thousands of lightning bolts shot out from the sword and crushed the spirit energy that was sweeping toward him. However, at this moment, a small 5-colored mountain came crashing down on him. The tall zombie wanted to dodge, but it was too late. He had no choice but to block it with his thunder sword. Boom! With a loud bang, the tall zombie was pressed to the ground with his sword. The remaining 3 first-level Saint-level zombies saw that things were not going well, so they rushed toward Su Chen. You've overestimated yourselves. Su Chen glanced at them coldly and a black sword appeared in his hand. He swung the sword. Instantly, a terrifying torrent of lightning shot forward. 3 zombies at the first level of the Saint level were turned into 3 piles of ashes and died on the spot. Seeing this, all the zombies were scared out of their wits and retreated. Qi Mufeng and the others were also shocked. Su Chen had just become a first-level Saint level, but he could easily crush a second-level Saint level zombie and kill 3 first-level Saint level zombies. His strength could only be described as horrifying. He's getting stronger and stronger. Qi Muxue swallowed hard. She remembered the scene when she fought with Su Chen on the Elfland. She couldn't help but feel scared. Su Chen put away the fragments and the big Kiliakosm Thunderlight Stone in his storage bag. Then, he walked toward the tall zombie and snorted with contempt. Can't you behave? Why do you have to force me to fight? What do you want, human? The tall zombie was pressed to the ground. His face was red and he shouted at the top of his lungs. Of course I'm going to trade with you, Su Chen said calmly. Then, he retracted the combined 5 extremes mountain, allowing the tall zombie to regain his freedom. You won't kill me? After the tall zombie got up, his face was full of uncertainty. Why would I want to kill you? Su Chen asked. When the other party had taken out the major Kiliakosm lightning light stone, he had already decided to spare the other party's life. However, there were too many zombies on the scene. If he didn't kill even one of them, he would undoubtedly lose a large number of fragments. He was somewhat unwilling to give up. Therefore, he took the opportunity to kill 3 first-stage saint-rank zombies. The tall zombie was a little confused. He thought to himself, since you want to make a deal, why did you kill my people? Su Chen did not give him a chance to ask, and asked, where did you get the Great Kiliacosm Lightning Light Stone? 500 kilograms of Greater Kiliacosm Lightning Light Stone was already not a small number. But if there were more, wouldn't he be able to get more? I got it from an island in the Black Swamp Sea. The tall zombie replied. He seemed to be worried that Su Chen would continue to ask him for more, so he reminded him, I only have that Major Kiliacosm Lightning Light Stone on me. I don't have any more. Black Swamp Sea? Su Chen pondered and then asked, are there any more Major Kiliacosm Lightning Light Stones on that island? Yes. The tall zombie nodded. How many? Su Chen's eyes lit up and asked. As big as a hill. The tall zombie said directly. What? Su Chen and the others were all shocked. A hill was at least tens of thousands of kilograms, right? This meant that there were at least tens of thousands of kilograms of Major Kiliacosm Lightning Light Stone. It was more than enough to refine 5,000 holy swords. Chapter 893. Is there really such a big Deqian lightning stone in the Black Swamp Sea region? Su Chen took a deep breath and asked. If the tall zombie said there was a Deqian lightning stone that weighed a few thousand kilograms, he wouldn't doubt it. But it was as big as a small mountain. It's true. The tall zombie promised and then explained, but the Black Swamp Sea region is very dangerous. There are many fierce beasts inside, and the strongest one has reached the second stage of the Saint stage. It has also comprehended the lightning god art. Hearing this, Su Chen wasn't shocked. Instead, he was happy. Fierce beasts were also a type of mutant beast. After killing them, they would also drop fragments. Which realm does your zombie kingdom belong to? Su Chen suddenly asked. He was a bit suspicious. Was this a separate realm? This is also considered the human continent, the tall zombie said directly. Human continent? Su Chen was dumbfounded. He had basically gone around the human continent once and never found such a place. Could it be a secret realm? But what kind of secret realm could have such a large area? Su Chen was very confused and asked, where is this place on the human continent? It's the outer area of the island? The tall zombie replied. Su Chen's heart skipped a beat. He suddenly remembered that when he got the mysterious heaven topography map, he found that outside the island in the outer sea was a pitch-black land. It should be where the zombie kingdom was located. After figuring out what was going on, Su Chen ordered, take me to find the Deqian lightning stone. After finding it, I will leave here and won't make things difficult for you. No problem. The tall zombie's answer was very simple. No one noticed that when he finished this sentence, an imperceptible sneer appeared on the corner of his mouth. Behind them, everyone rode the intelligent chariot and headed straight for the Black Swamp Sea region. 5 days later, they smoothly entered the Black Swamp Sea region. Just as the tall zombie said, there were a large number of fierce beasts in the Black Swamp Sea region, and their levels weren't low. Su Chen naturally wouldn't miss the opportunity to hunt. He chased them all the way until he reached the island. He had killed more than 50,000 dire beasts, including a level 9 dire beast. The super ancient devouring Vajra mosquito had successfully reached level 9 after devouring the blood of the level 9 dire beast. Master, there is a very dangerous existence on the island. When the intelligent war chariot landed on the island, the swift bird reminded him. There was a second stage saint level beast on the island, so it was normal for it to be dangerous. Su Chen didn't pay too much attention to it. He called the tall zombie and Qi moving out of the car and then put the intelligent war chariot, Wu Yazi, and the others into the chaos space. You should know the location of the Major Kiliacosm Lightning Light Stone, right? Lead the way. Su Chen glanced at the island, then asked the tall zombie. I know. The tall zombie replied and then walked in a certain direction. Along the way, Su Chen asked, did you also get that Greater 1,000 Lightning Light Stone from here? Yes. The tall zombie didn't hide it. Didn't you say that the Greater 1,000 Lightning Light Stone was as big as a small mountain? Why did you only take so little? Su Chen was a little puzzled. For something as good as the Greater 1,000 Lightning Light Stone, of course the more the better. If it were him, he would have taken it all. The tall zombie explained, "The dire beast guarding here is too strong. It's not easy for me to get a little greater 1,000 lightning light stone." Suchen nodded and didn't think much about it. After the three of them walked for half an hour, they saw lightning gathering in a valley. Surprisingly, it was emitted from an ore that was as big as a mountain. Chapter 894. Achiliocosm Thunder Light Stone. Suchen saw it clearly. It was definitely a Achiliocosm Thunder Light Stone. There really are so many of them. Suchen was so excited that he quickened his pace. When the three of them entered the valley, they saw a withered old man sitting cross-legged under the Achiliocosm Thunder Light Stone. He looked like a stone statue. A zombie! Suchen glanced at him, and his eyelids twitched. Mutant beasts could take human form after reaching level 10. He thought the withered old man was a level 2 saint-level beast. However, he changed his mind when he sensed the aura of the old man. The withered old man didn't have the aura of a beast at all. Instead, he exuded a strong death aura. He was definitely a zombie. Suchen, something's not right. Qi Mufeng also noticed that something was wrong. The tall zombie had said clearly that this was the territory of a level 2 saint-level beast. Why did it become a zombie? Was there a conspiracy? Suchen's face turned cold. He turned to look at the tall zombie. The tall zombie had already walked up to the withered old man and said respectfully, "Ancestor, that human has committed crimes here. He has killed many of our people, including 4 level 1 saint-level beasts." Hearing this, the withered old man slowly opened his eyes. Then, a sharp gaze swept over Suchen, and finally fell on Suchen. At the same time, an extremely majestic aura emanated from his body. Level 3 saint level. Qi Mufeng's face suddenly changed. At this moment, he clearly felt that the withered old man's aura had reached level 3 saint level. He couldn't help but feel uneasy. He definitely couldn't defeat a level 3 saint level powerhouse. He could only rely on Suchen. Suchen could crush a level 2 saint level, but could he still be as strong as before when facing a level 3 saint level? Suchen's face froze for a moment, but he soon calmed down. Using Atlas shape-shifting, his cultivation could instantly reach level 2 saint level. It wouldn't be a problem for him to deal with a level 3 saint level. "Human, how dare you commit crimes in our zombie country? Do you know your crime?" The withered old man asked coldly with a gloomy face. "Do I know my crime?" Suchen smiled foolishly and said disdainfully, "I, Suchen, have always acted without scruples. So what if I killed your people? What can you do to me?" It was ridiculous that the withered old man thought he was a level 3 saint level. "Haha," he looked. "Join our zombie clan. Or you will. Or you. Or you will. Or you will die." Suchen sneered. Then his face turned cold and he said coldly, "No one who threatens me can live. You are no exception." After saying that, he directly used Atlas shape-shifting. When his body rose to 30 meters, he rushed toward the withered old man. Qi Mufeng saw Suchen take action and also rushed toward him. "You are courting death." The withered old man flew into a rage. He pushed his hand forward and a thick lightning beam shot out. "You want to play lightning with me?" Suchen smiled contemptuously and then slashed out with his saber. A flash of lightning swept forward like a torrent. As soon as the two collided, a violent thunderous sound was heard. Then they were annihilated. Suchen didn't stop. A purple light flashed under his feet. He turned into a flash of light and continued to attack the withered old man. Chapter 895. He's so fast. The withered old man's eyelids twitched. After Suchen transformed, although he was a second-level saint rank, his speed was slightly faster than a third-level saint rank. Realizing that Suchen was a top expert, the withered old man gritted his teeth and reached for the big 1,000 Thunderlight Stone with one hand. Rumble! After an earth-shattering tremor, the big 1,000 Thunderlight Stone rose from the ground and floated above the withered old man's head. The big 1,000 Thunderlight Stone was a divine weapon. Seeing this, Suchen was shocked. The withered old man controlled the big 1,000 Thunderlight Stone with ease. Obviously, It was a divine weapon. He was also an expert in mountains, but compared to the Grand Thousand Thunderlight Mountain, it was like comparing a peanut to an apple. The difference was too great. Go to hell. The withered old man sneered and controlled the big Thousand Thunderlight Stone to smash down on Su Chen's head. Immediately, the sky above the valley was enveloped by it, and an enormous shadow appeared. Affected by it, Qi Mufeng and the tall zombie stopped fighting. When they saw this scene, they had different feelings. Qi Mufeng's face was very serious, and he was very worried. The tall zombie had a cruel smile on his face, and he looked at Su Chen as if he was looking at a dead man. I didn't expect this day to come. Su Chen smiled bitterly. He had always liked to smash others with the big Thousand Thunderlight Stone. He didn't expect that one day, he would be smashed by a mountain. However, it was still too simple to think that they could crush him with just a thunder mountain. Just as the big Thousand Thunderlight Stone was smashing down, Su Chen's palm glowed with a faint golden light, and then he ran the great strength technique and grabbed upward with one hand. Seeing this, the withered old man was stunned, but it was soon replaced by a touch of ruthlessness. In his view, Su Chen dared to take the big Thousand Thunderlight Stone with his body, which was no different from an egg hitting a stone. He would definitely be smashed into meat paste. Bang! With a dull thud, the vast Thousand Thunderbolts mountains smashed heavily into Su Chen's palm. It felt as if a huge rock had smashed onto an ant. But what was inconceivable was that when the greater Kiliacosm Lightning Light Mountain touched Su Chen's palm, it strangely stopped moving. It was as if he was being held up by a huge force. However, the great Kiliacosm lightning flash weighed hundreds of thousands of kilograms. What kind of power could stop it from falling? How is this possible? The withered old man's jaw almost dropped when he saw this scene. The tall zombie also opened its mouth wide, and its whole body began to tremble. Qi Mufeng, on the other hand, clenched his fists. He was equally shocked. It was obvious that Su Chen's action of holding the greater Kiliacosm Lightning Light Mountain had completely overturned their understanding of power. It was hard to imagine that there was actually someone with such divine power in this world. Old thing, you want to use a mountain to crush me? You're too naive. Su Chen dragged the greater Kiliacosm Lightning Light Mountain effortlessly. In his spare time, he even mocked the withered old man. The withered old man swallowed hard and roared through gritted teeth. So what if you have brute force? I can still kill you. As soon as he finished speaking, he pointed at the greater Kiliacosm Lightning Light Mountain with one hand. Thousands of lightning bolts jumped and poured down on Su Chen like raindrops. Seeing this, Su Chen still did not panic. He released his mind power to set up a layer of defense outside his body, and then a golden armor appeared on his body. It was the mysterious heaven armor. Chapter 896. Bang Bang. Accompanied by the sound of raindrops hitting banana leaves, all the lightning fell on Su Chen's body. Although the lightning penetrated Su Chen's mental strength, it was blocked by the mysterious heavenly armor. In addition, Su Chen had the ancient god-fiend body, which made his defense abnormally strong. Therefore, the storm-like attack was all bark and no bite. It was not enough to cause any harm to Su Chen. Old man, do you have any other means? Su Chen casually patted the ashes off his body and mocked him. You! The withered old man's mouth trembled and his heart pounded. He had used his strongest killing move, but he could not cause any harm to Su Chen. It made him feel that Su Chen was simply unkillable. It was accompanied by a loud rumbling sound. Su Chen threw the Grand Kiliacosm Thunderlight Mountain to a nearby mountain, causing a huge landslide. Then, he slowly walked towards the withered old man. Let's talk nicely. Don't come over. The withered old man was scared and screamed. Every time Su Chen took a step forward, his heart trembled. As the distance between them continued to shrink, he even felt an aura of death. Su Chen pursed his lips slightly and said indifferently, "Give me a reason not to kill you." He had to kill the withered old man, but wouldn't it be better if he could squeeze something good out of him before that? I can give you everything I have. The withered old man hurriedly replied. He knew very well that Su Chen's strength was not something he could fight against. If he wanted to live, he had to pay something and beg for Su Chen's forgiveness. Su Chen scoffed at this and sneered, "If I kill you, won't the things on you be mine? I also know a big secret that is enough to exchange for my life." The withered old man gritted his teeth and said softly, "A huge secret?" Su Chen was suddenly interested. "Tell me about it." "I can tell you, but you must discover the oath and not kill me," the withered old man said. This was his only chance to survive. Before Su Chen agreed, he would never say a word. "You know, what I hate the most is people trying to bargain with me." Su Chen sighed and suddenly attacked the withered old man without any warning. "You're going too far." The withered old man roared and threw a punch at Su Chen. Although he knew that he was no match for Su Chen, he would not sit still and wait for death. Unexpectedly, just as his fist was about to hit Su Chen, he suddenly felt his vision blur, and then he fell into a daze. "You overestimate yourself." After Su Chen used drunken life to throw the withered old man into a daze, he took out the Prime 5 Extremes mountain and smashed it at the old man's head. Previously, the old man had smashed him with the Great Kiliacosm Lightning Light Mountain. He wanted to let the old man have a taste of his own medicine. There was a loud bang. The withered old man was pressed to the ground without any resistance. When the tall zombie nearby saw this, it turned around and fled without hesitation. Qi Mufeng wanted to stop it, but it was too late. "You think you can escape?" Su Chen mocked. A white light suddenly shot out of his body and turned into another Su Chen in the blink of an eye. It chased after the tall zombie. "The two of them are exactly the same." The withered old man happened to see this and his mind buzzed. After a while, a scream came from afar. Su Chen's second primordial spirit caught up to the tall zombie and killed it easily. After the second primordial spirit returned, it merged back into Su Chen's body. It could be said that Su Chen had definitely made a fortune this time. It won't be a problem to forge a few thousand swords. Wu Yazi took a breath and replied. Su Chen was delighted and said, "Senior, please help me forge 5,000 swords." "How many?" Wu Yazi's eyes widened, thinking that he had heard wrongly. 5,000, Su Chen replied affirmatively. Wu Yazi and Qi Mufeng were stunned. They even suspected that Su Chen was going to forge saint swords to sell. Otherwise, how could one person need so many? "Su Chen, what do you need so many for?" Wu Yazi asked, puzzled. Su Chen did not hide and explained, "I want to cultivate a swordsmanship, and I need 5,000 saint swords." To cultivate the 10,000 swords into 1 to the 3rd stage, he needed 5,000 saint swords, 2,500 magic swords, and 2,500 spiritual power swords. He was already holding back by saying this. Chapter 898. What kind of swordsmanship required 5,000 holy swords? Was this still something a human could cultivate? If one could really cultivate it successfully, the power of 5,000 holy swords alone was enough to destroy the world. Who in the world could stop it? Wu Yazi and Qi Mufeng were stunned. "Su Chen, I'm afraid I can't forge so many holy swords alone." Wu Yazi sighed. Since Su Chen said so, he would definitely not speak without thinking. However, holy swords were not so easy to forge. Even if he was a master craftsman, it was impossible for him to forge so many holy swords alone. Su Chen naturally knew this. After thinking for a moment, he asked, "Senior, there should be many master craftsmen in your dwarf race, right?" After that, he would go to other foreign races' realms. The dwarf race's continent naturally would not miss it. If there were master craftsmen, he could bring them along to assist Wu Yazi. Wu Yazi understood what Su Chen meant and nodded. "Our dwarf race is best at refining weapons. There are hundreds, thousands, or even dozens of master craftsmen. When we enter the dwarf race's continent, I'll have to trouble Senior to find a few more master craftsmen," Su Chen said with a smile. Wu Yazi's heart skipped a beat. If he went to the dwarf race's continent, he would definitely fight with Ji Zongzi. With Su Chen around, he could take revenge. "Don't worry." Wu Yazi nodded heavily. Later, Su Chen sent Wu Yazi and the Great Thousand Lightning Stone into the chaos space. Then, he took out the 500-kilogram Great Kiliacosm Lightning Stone from his storage bag and handed it to Qi Mufeng. "Su Chen, you're giving it to me?" Qi Mufeng was a little confused. "Brother Qi, I have a use for the big one, so I'll give you this small one," Su Chen said casually. In recent days, Qi Mufeng had followed him and worked hard without complaint, so he had to give him some benefits. Qi Mufeng hesitated for a moment and said gratefully, "Su Chen, thank you." If it was anything else, he would definitely not accept it. However, the major Kiliacosm Thunderlight Stone could be used to forge lightning-type sacred swords, which could perfectly complement his myriad thunder transformation sword art. Once he obtained a lightning-type sacred sword, the power of the myriad lightning sword transformation technique would definitely rise to a whole new level. Therefore, he did not refuse. "We're all brothers. There's no need to be so formal." Su Chen replied with a smile. Then, he took out the intelligent war chariot and ordered it to return the way it came. "Su Chen, are we going to stay here for a few days or return to the Green Turtle continent?" On the way, Qi Mufeng asked. "Since the zombies here are harboring evil intentions and want to harm me, there is no need for them to exist." Su Chen's eyes flashed with killing intent. Qi Mufeng knew that a bloodbath was about to take place in the zombie nation. He couldn't help but sigh. He could offend anyone but Su Chen. Otherwise, they would really be exterminated. For the next 10 days, Su Chen led everyone in a massacre in the zombie nation. They killed all the remaining saint-level zombies and countless zombies of other levels. The total number of energy points had already exceeded the 200,000 mark. The harvest was huge. Su Chen was very satisfied with this result, so he didn't want to stay here any longer. "Satoshi, find the boundary point to return to the Green Turtle continent and return immediately." Yes. The intelligent war chariot quickly found the boundary point and activated the shuttle function, successfully returning to the Green Turtle continent. The location where it appeared was still in the valley. Looking at the saint-level Green Turtle continent that had turned back into a stone statue, Su Chen opened the door and got out of the car with a smile. Chapter 899. Human, how are you still alive? Sensing Su Chen's aura, the 4 stone statues crumbled and turned into 4 tall green tortoise tribesmen. The green tortoise tribesmen stared at Su Chen with shock in his eyes. He knew the situation in the zombie empire very well. He thought that after sending Su Chen there, a few saint-level zombies would be enough to kill Su Chen. Who would have thought that Su Chen would appear in front of him alive? "You think a few useless zombies can kill me?" Su Chen narrowed his eyes and sneered. If it were anyone else, they would have been killed by a few saint-level zombies after being sent to the zombie empire. However, not only did he survive, but he also wreaked havoc. This was something that the green tortoise tribesmen never expected. "Human, it was a misunderstanding. We are willing to compensate you." The green tortoise tribesman gritted his teeth and said. The fact that Su Chen could come back alive from the zombie empire was enough to prove that he was powerful. Moreover, he would definitely come back for revenge this time. He knew that he was no match for Su Chen, so he could only compromise again. "You still want to play this game with me?" Su Chen sneered and waved his hand. "Kill!" Immediately, Qi Mufeng led a group of powerful beings to charge forward. Su Chen also attacked without holding back. How could the 4 green tortoise tribesmen be a match for him? They were crushed on the spot. The remaining green tortoise tribesmen in the valley were also slaughtered. From now on, the green tortoise tribesmen existed in name only. "Su Chen, which realm are we going to next?" Qi Mufeng asked. Every time he entered a realm, he would be able to fight with powerful beings. As a martial arts fanatic, he was very much looking forward to it. Su Chen pondered. There were tens of thousands of realms with different races, but he would only choose to enter those that had conflicts with him. The 5 super races were his first choice, and the green tortoise tribesmen had a realm point that connected to the undead race. However, before entering the 5 super races, there were 2 more realms that he had to visit. One was the dwarf continent, while the other was the undead continent. He had 2 purposes for entering the dwarf continent. One was to kill Ji Tsongzi to avenge Wuxia Zi, and the other was to gather a group of master refiners to help him refine the holy sword. Yan Shengyi was Mo Rong's enemy, and he had already promised Mo Rong to help him get rid of this person. In addition, there was a mountain range with a large number of level 9 power stones and a level 10 golden python. Intelligent war chariots, and mechanical soldiers. To level up to level 9 would require quite a lot of level 9 energy stones, so he could take a bunch of them. As for the super ancient devouring Vajra mosquito, It could level up by 10 levels after devouring the golden python's blood essence. Su Chen pondered for a while and said to the intelligent war chariot, Satoshi, is there a boundary point to enter the dwarf continent or the undead continent? Master, there isn't any here, but there is a boundary point between the imperial beast continent and the undead continent, the intelligent war chariot replied. Okay. Let's go to the beast tamers continent first, Su Chen ordered. The green turtle continent had a boundary point that connected to the imperial beast continent. He had entered the imperial beast continent from the green turtle continent a long time ago. Yes. There was a boundary point that connected to the imperial beast continent nearby. The intelligent war chariot activated its shuttle function and successfully entered the imperial beast continent, appearing in the sky above a city. This city was huge. Not only was it huge, but the population was also over 1 million. Su Chen glanced at the central control screen and said calmly, Satoshi, let's leave this place. Chapter 900. Su Chen, aren't you going to kill the mutated tribesmen here? Qi Mufeng asked softly. In the past, Su Chen would be extremely jealous whenever he saw mutated tribesmen. He wouldn't stop until they were all dead. However, there were so many mutated tribesmen in the city below. Why would Su Chen let them go? This wasn't Su Chen's usual style of doing things. Qi Mufeng didn't understand. The others also didn't understand what was going on. They all looked at Su Chen. I want to kill them too, but I can't. Su Chen smiled bitterly and told them about the agreement he made with the patriarch of the beast-taming tribe. After they understood what was going on, everyone was relieved. At the same time, they were secretly impressed by Su Chen's courage. He could force a sage-level patriarch to compromise when he was only level 8. This was definitely not something an ordinary person could achieve. The sudden appearance of the intelligent war chariot caused a huge panic in the city below. Soon, 2 level 8 cultivators piloted an aircraft and approached the intelligent war chariot. The people inside, listen up. Land your aircraft, or we'll kill you on the spot. One of the cultivators was extremely arrogant as he roared. Su Chen rubbed his nose and said softly, Satoshi, land. The arrogance of the beast-taming tribesman didn't make him angry. Instead, he was secretly happy. In his agreement with the patriarch of the beast-taming tribe, he specifically stated that the beast-taming tribesmen couldn't provoke him. Otherwise, he would attack them. The 2 beast-taming tribesmen in front of him had obviously broken the rules. It wasn't wrong for him to use this as an excuse to get angry. After the intelligent war chariot landed, Su Chen walked out alone. He deliberately suppressed his cultivation level to level 6. When the 2 level 8 beast-taming tribesmen saw that Su Chen was a human at level 6, they attacked Su Chen without hesitation. No matter where Su Chen came from, they planned to capture Su Chen first. What are you trying to do? A hint of panic appeared on Su Chen's face. It was as if he was intimidated by the other party's aura. Kid, don't resist. Surrender. One of the level 8 beast-taming tribesmen laughed sinisterly and reached out his hand to grab Su Chen. A sinister smile appeared on Su Chen's face. Just as the beast-taming tribesman got close, he threw a punch. There was an explosion. The level 8 beast-tamer clansmen that had rushed forward were reduced to dust. Not even their bones were left. The other level 8 beast-tamer clan member was dumbfounded. He was trembling all over. The beast-taming tribesmen commenced to retreat to them. They taming tribesmen's was tamed, T to them to fight taming tribesmen. He taming tribesmen that men. T's taming tribesmen. Sisters? The level 8 beast-taming tribesman swallowed hard. Just as he was about to beg Su Chen for mercy, Su Chen interrupted him angrily. You beast-taming tribesmen broke the rules and attacked me. You're shameless. Since that's the case, don't blame me, Su Chen, for being merciless. Qi Mufeng and the others didn't know what Su Chen was trying to do at first. But now, they realized that Su Chen was trying to take the opportunity to vent his anger and cause a bloodbath on the beast-taming tribesmen's continent. Although it was despicable, it was the beast-taming tribesmen who attacked first. Su Chen didn't want to let this go. Even if he massacred the beast-taming tribesmen, it wouldn't be a violation of the heavenly oath. How treacherous! Qi Muxue cursed in her heart. Chapter 901. What? He's Su Chen. After Su Chen announced his name, all the beast tamers were dumbfounded. Su Chen's name was well known in the beast tamer continent. The Southern Barbarian Sacred Leader and the Northern Barbarian Sacred Leader, two superpowerhouses, were killed by Su Chen. There were even rumors that the current Su Chen could even kill a saint-level powerhouse. His strength was unparalleled, and he was extremely ferocious. Anyone who provoked him, no matter which faction or clan they were from, was killed by Su Chen without exception. It could be said that Su Chen's ferocious name was well known in the world. Almost everyone knew about him. Moreover, their grand ancestor had already given a death order that no one was to provoke Su Chen. Otherwise, their entire family would be annihilated. However, they took the initiative to provoke Su Chen. What would the consequences be? Would Su Chen massacre the entire city? It was rumored that Su Chen would massacre entire cities and clans at the slightest provocation. It seemed like he had a special hobby. At the thought of this, all the beast tamers were on tenterhooks. Their hearts were in turmoil. Su Chen roared. Aiming at the level 8 beast tamers, he raised his hand and threw out a Pegasus meteor punch. 100 golden fist shadows fell. Not only did the level 8 beast tamers turn into dregs, but thousands of them were also killed. Seeing that Su Chen was as ferocious as the rumors said, the remaining beast tamers did not dare to stay any longer. They all fled for their lives. A cruel smile flashed across Su Chen's lips. Just as he was about to continue his attack, a figure flew toward him, bringing with it a huge pressure and an extremely strong murderous aura. Who dares to behave atrociously in the beast tamer continent? Do you want to die? As soon as he finished speaking, a silver-haired old man from the beast tamer continent appeared in front of him. Judging from his aura, he was a saint-level powerhouse. And there was only one saint-level powerhouse on the beast tamer continent. That was the grand ancestor of the beast tamer continent. Old man, we meet again. Su Chen narrowed his eyes and glanced at the other party, smiling faintly. It's you, Su Chen. The patriarch of the beast tamer tribe gulped when he saw Su Chen's face. His expression turned extremely ugly. At this moment, the pressure and murderous aura emanating from his body also disappeared without a trace. Su Chen could even kill saint-rank gold-devouring beetles. Being arrogant in front of him was the same as courting death. Su Chen, we had an agreement before. Why are you slaughtering my clansmen here? Aren't you afraid of being punished by the heavenly Tao? The patriarch of the beast tamer clan asked in a muffled voice after catching his breath. We have an agreement, but the prerequisite is that you don't provoke me. Unfortunately, your clansmen took the initiative to attack me, so I could only retaliate. Su Chen spread out his hands and looked very helpless. Take the initiative to attack you? You are notorious for your ferocity. Who would want to die and take the initiative to attack you? The patriarch of the beast tamer tribe guessed that Su Chen must have concealed his identity on purpose to bait his clansmen and take the opportunity to get angry. At this thought, the patriarch of the beast tamer tribe gnashed his teeth in anger. However, there was nothing he could do to Su Chen. Since we are at fault, what do you want to let us go? The patriarch of the beast tamer tribe gritted his teeth and suppressed his anger. Based on his understanding of Su Chen, he was sure that Su Chen would take the opportunity to extort a sum of money from him. Even if he had to pay a price to get rid of Su Chen, he would accept it as long as he could get rid of him as soon as possible. Since you know what's good for you, I'll do you a favor. Su Chen pondered for a moment and then said, Give me 1,000 blood gems and I'll let this matter pass. 1,000 blood gems. Qi Mufeng and the others were stunned. Blood gems were not cabbages. Each one of them was priceless. Su Chen's demand for 1,000 blood gems was too big. How black-hearted. Qi Muxue could not help but sigh. Chapter 902. Are you kidding me? The ancestor of the beast-taming clan opened his mouth wide and almost choked to death. He had been aggrieved for a long time when Su Chen had extorted 100 blood gems from him. He had not expected Su Chen to go overboard and raise the price tenfold. How could he bully him like this? He was not treating him as a human being. Do you think I'm kidding? Su Chen's face darkened. He snorted and released his mind power. You! The ancestor of the beast-taming clan was furious that Su Chen would suddenly attack him. He had intended to tear apart Su Chen's mind power. However, he was horrified to find that Su Chen's mind power was like a vast ocean. No matter how hard he struggled, it was futile. Let's talk things over. The ancestor of the beast-taming clan cried out in panic. Can't you just be honest? Why did you have to force me to attack? Su Chen snorted and withdrew his mind power, freeing the ancestor of the beast-taming clan. He had not intended to kill the ancestor of the beast-taming clan. He had only done so to intimidate the ancestor of the beast-taming clan. The ancestor of the beast-taming clan got up and panted heavily. He was still terrified. He had personally experienced Su Chen's strength, which was even more powerful than the rumors said. If he wanted Su Chen to stop, he would have to satisfy Su Chen's request. I can give you the blood gems, but I only have 900 of them, the ancestor of the beast-taming clan said with a sigh. Only 900? Su Chen rubbed his nose and muttered thoughtfully. I can replace the rest with other ores and energy stones. The ancestor of the beast-taming clan hurriedly said, as if he was afraid that Su Chen would be angry. Good boy. Su Chen praised him with a smile. He then stretched out his hand in front of the ancestor of the beast-taming clan. His meaning was clear. Hurry up and take it. Stop wasting time. The patriarch of the beast-taming clan did not hesitate. He removed a storage bag from his waist and handed it to Su Chen. Su Chen released his mental power to check it. After confirming that there were no mistakes, he naturally put it into his storage bag. Seeing this, the ancestor of the beast-tamer clan felt as if his heart was bleeding. The things in the storage bag were the savings of half his life, and they were gone just like that. He wanted to cry but had no tears. Su Chen stepped forward and patted the Imperial Beast Tribe elder's shoulder. He said in a serious tone, seeing that you're so sensible, just mention my name if you run into any trouble in the future. I'll protect you. Thank you so much. The ancestor of the beast-tamer clan smiled bitterly. Then we'll meet again if fate wills it. Su Chen called out, returned to the intelligent war chariot, and quickly flew away. Looking at the receding shadow of the intelligent war chariot, the patriarch of the beast-tamer clan muttered with a dark face, I hope I never see you again. While the intelligent war chariot was looking for the boundary point connecting to the continent of the undead tribe, Su Chen gathered everyone and began to distribute the blood gems. The blood gems could not only be integrated into weapons to upgrade their level, but they could also be used to forge divine weapons. In the past, he would not have given them away so easily. However, with the Grand Thousand Thunderlight Mountain, he could forge 5,000 divine swords. The blood gems were not of much use to him. He might as well share some with everyone. Su Chen, I don't want them. Qi Mufeng declined. Su Chen had given him a 500-pound Grand Thousand Thunderlight Stone, so he was too embarrassed to accept it. Brother Qi, keep them for later use. Su Chen gave Qi Mufeng dozens of blood gems. Nan Linchuan and the others also got some, enough to forge a divine weapon. Su Chen even gave Qi Muyu 10 blood gems. Qi Muxue watched helplessly as everyone else got their share except her. She gritted her teeth and asked, Su Chen, what about me? You. Su Chen glanced at Qi Muxue in a daze and said flatly, It depends on your performance. Damn it! Qi Muxue was furious. She knew Su Chen was targeting her, but she could do nothing about it because she was under the control of Su Chen. Chapter 903. The intelligent war chariot spent a day to find the boundary point that connected to the undead continent and successfully entered the undead continent. Su Chen called Mo Rong to his side and asked him, Old Mo, where is Xianxia? Xianxia was originally Mo Rong's best friend, but he murdered Mo Rong for the sake of his greed. Su Chen hated such despicable people the most, and he had promised Mo Rong that he would avenge him. Since he had come to the undead continent, the first thing he had to do was to kill Xianxia. Master, Xianxia is the city lord of Strong Sky City. He should be in Strong Sky City, Mo Rong said excitedly. Su Chen nodded slightly and ordered, Lead the way to Strong Sky City. Yes, Mo Rong replied. After that, under Mo Rong's guidance, the intelligent war chariot drove in a certain direction. 2 days later, when they were passing by a town, Su Chen unexpectedly found traces of a human. The probability of a human appearing in the undead continent was very small, and he could not help but notice it. Satoshi, lock onto this human and enlarge the image, Su Chen ordered. The image on the central control screen changed, and a red-haired middle-aged man soon appeared. It's him. Su Chen was extremely surprised when he saw the other party's face clearly. He still remembered that he had asked the red-haired man, Lu Yuan, for information in the Long Valley Mountains of Qianyu Island. Lu Yuan lived in the Yulin district of Qianyu Island. How could he come to the undead continent? Su Chen was very confused, and at the same time, he saw that Lu Yuan's situation was very bad. At this time, he was being beaten by a few undead clansmen on the ground. Su Chen thought for a moment and let the intelligent war chariot stop outside the town. He got off the chariot alone to check out the situation. After all, they were all humans, and Lu Yuan had helped him before, so he did not intend to ignore him. When Su Chen came close, he raised his voice and said, "Everyone stop." Because it was Mo Rong, he did not choose to kill. Otherwise, just the reason of torturing humans was enough to turn this town into a river of blood. Su Chen's sudden voice made everyone stunned for a moment. Then they all looked at Su Chen. "Boy, this is none of your business. Get lost." An undead man glanced at Su Chen and said disdainfully. However, as soon as he finished speaking, his eyes widened and he exclaimed, "You're from the human race?" "Humans?" The other undead reacted and surrounded Su Chen. Su Chen ignored him and turned to look at Lu Yuan with a faint smile. "Uncle, long time no see. You are Su Chen." Lu Yuan shouted excitedly when he saw that it was Su Chen. As they were both humans, he believed that Su Chen would definitely save him. "He's Su Chen." When the group of undead heard Su Chen's name, their faces changed dramatically, and they all stepped back. The few people who had beaten Lu Yuan looked at each other, then turned around and fled. Su Chen's name was not only famous in the human continent, but also in the alien continent. It was rumored that Su Chen was like a devil, especially cruel, especially when it came to the alien race. He was simply ruthless. Few people who offended him could survive. Since Su Chen and Lu Yuan knew each other, they were probably friends. Beating up Su Chen's friends was no different from courting death. If they did not run away, were they going to wait for death? "If you dare to move, I will make you regret living in this world." Su Chen sneered. Without figuring out what was going on, none of the people here could leave. Chapter 904. The undead were so scared that they stopped in their tracks, and no one dared to move. After shocking everyone, Su Chen asked Lu Yuan, "Tell me what's going on?" Lu Yuan got up from the ground and respectfully replied, "Senior, we were all captured." "You?" Su Chen frowned slightly and asked, "Are there many other humans besides you?" "Not many, including me there are 5 people." Lu Yuan quickly replied. "Why did they capture you?" Su Chen asked. Lu Yuan was only a level 2 cultivator. It could be said that he was nothing. So why did the undead want to capture him? This made him feel very strange. Lu Yuan explained, "The people who were captured are all related to Senior. Half a year ago, a large number of foreigners poured into Qianyu Island. Anyone who had a relationship with Su Chen was captured, and those who had nothing to do with him were almost slaughtered. Because he had met Su Chen once, he was mistakenly recognized as having a relationship with Su Chen and was also captured. However, because of this, he was able to live until now. Otherwise, he would have been killed long ago." "People related to me?" Su Chen muttered, and his eyes suddenly lit up. In Qianyu Island, the only people who had a good relationship with him were Han Kuan and Han Feng. That day, he searched Qianyu Island but could not find the whereabouts of these 3 people. Originally, he thought that the 3 of them had been killed, but now, listening to Lu Yuan, they were likely to have been captured and brought to the undead's continent. "Who else was captured?" Su Chen asked. "There are also Han Kuan, Han Feng, Chen Meihua, and Ji Wushuang." Lu Yuan said truthfully. "Sure enough," Su Chen secretly said. Now that he knew the news of Han Kuan and others, he naturally wanted to rescue them. However, what made him a little confused was, who was this Ji Wushuang? What did she have to do with him? Who is Ji Wushuang? Su Chen wondered. Lu Yuan thought that since Ji Wushuang was captured, she must know Su Chen. Who would have thought that Su Chen would ask such a question? After being stunned for a moment, he described Ji Wushuang's appearance. After Su Chen heard this, he could not help but laugh. Ji Wushuang was none other than the white-haired old man he had met several times in Thousand Feather Island's Yulin district. After figuring it out, Su Chen continued to ask, "Where are Han Kuan and the others?" "The Yao clan bought it," Lu Yuan quickly replied. "Demon race?" Su Chen's brows furrowed again. Han Kuan and the others were captured by the undead. How could the demon race be involved? Or was it bought? Lu Yuan explained, "Senior, you should have some conflict with the demon race, right? They seem to want to use Han Kuan and the others to threaten you." Su Chen had a deep grudge with the demon race. He had killed many of the demon race's members, including their devourer beast. However, the demon race dared to use Han Kuan and the others to threaten him. Their courage was not ordinary. The fate of those who angered him was often the extermination of their family. Would a mere demon race dare to do this? Su Chen took a deep breath and asked, "Why are you still here?" Han Kuan and the others had been bought. So why was Lu Yuan left behind? "Because I only met Senior once, the demon race felt that I had no value, so they didn't buy me," Lu Shishir said. Su Chen shook his head and no longer entangled in this matter. He turned to the undead around him and said, "My friends were bought by someone from the demon race?" How big was the demon race's mainland? If he wanted to save Han Kuan and the others, he must first determine the buyer. Chapter 905. Senior, we don't know either. "It's all Lord Wenqing's doing," one of the undead clan members said anxiously. "Where is Wenqing?" Su Chen asked coldly. "Yuyuan City." Su Chen nodded and instantly released his mind energy. Other than the undead clan member who replied, he killed the rest. After collecting the fragments, he said to Lu Yuan, "Follow me." "Thank you, Senior." Lu Yuan was overjoyed and followed closely behind Su Chen. The two of them returned to the intelligent war chariot. Su Chen asked Mo Rong, "Old Mo, do you know Yuyuan City?" "Yes." Mo Rong nodded. "Lead the way to Yuyuan City first," Su Chen ordered. Behind them, under Mo Rong's guidance, the intelligent war chariot hurried toward Yuyuan City. Half a day later, they arrived at Yuyuan City. Su Chen learned from Mo Rong that Wenqing was a level 9 cultivator and also the governor of Yuyuan City. Through the intelligent war chariot's observation, there was only one level 9 cultivator in Yuyuan City. It was very likely that Wenqing was there. After locking onto Wenqing's specific location, Su Chen went alone and entered Yuyuan City directly from the sky. Wenqing's residence was a large manor, and there were many guards standing guard inside. Su Chen descended from the sky and gave the guards a fright. After they came to their senses, they surrounded Su Chen. Su Chen narrowed his eyes and shouted, "Wenqing, get out here. Otherwise, I'll make Yuyuan City a bloodbath." "Arrogant. Kid, you're courting death." Seeing Su Chen's unscrupulous behavior, the guards scolded and attacked Su Chen at the same time. Su Chen snorted and released his mind energy. Shrill cries instantly rang out from within the manor. None of the several hundred guards were spared, and all of them were annihilated and turned into piles of meat paste. "Stop." Suddenly, a woman's furious roar entered Su Chen's ears. Soon after, more than 10 high-level cultivators rushed over aggressively. The person in the lead was a woman with a voluptuous figure and a cold appearance. Mo Rong had told him that Wenqing was a woman. The cold-looking woman was also at level 9. She must be Wenqing. "Human, who are you? Why are you being so presumptuous in my residence?" Wenqing coldly glanced at Su Chen and questioned sternly. The reason why he didn't make a move immediately was because he was afraid of Su Chen's strength. Hundreds of guards in the manor were slaughtered in the blink of an eye. This kind of hunting speed was something that even she could not achieve. "You captured my friend and sold her to the demon race. Who do you think I am?" Su Chen narrowed his eyes and sneered. "Did they kidnap your friend?" Suddenly, a person's name appeared in Wenqing's mind. "You're Su Chen." Wenqing's delicate body trembled violently, and she screamed in shock. When the people around her heard Su Chen's name, they all trembled, and their expressions became unusually ugly. Su Chen was infamous. In the eyes of all the foreign tribes, he was like a demon. Almost no one who was targeted by Su Chen could survive. Instantly, a feeling of fear spread in their hearts. "Senior, we had no choice. The demon race forced us to do this," Wenqing hurriedly explained. She knew very well that everyone present would not be Su Chen's opponent even if they were to join forces. If she wanted to live, she could only beg for Su Chen's forgiveness. Forced to no choice? Su Chen snorted and raised his hand to punch out. A strong gust of wind blew past. Before the people around Wenqing could react, they were blown to pieces. Chapter 906. Seeing this, Wenqing was scared out of her wits. Her legs went soft and she knelt on the ground. She shouted, "Senior, please spare my life." "Which goblin clan did you sell my friends to?" Su Chen stared at Wenqing and questioned her. "Lord Sky Devouring of the Goblin Clan. He is a sage-level existence." Wenqing replied truthfully. "Sky Devouring?" Su Chen muttered to himself and wondered if Sky Devouring was a devouring beast. At this moment, Wenqing raised her head with a charming smile on her face. She said coquettishly, "Senior, please spare my life. I will serve you well." Su Chen understood the meaning behind Wenqing's words. A sense of disgust surged in his heart. Then, he punched out and exploded Wenqing's body. After collecting the fragments, Su Chen did not stay any longer. He turned and walked out of the city. "Satoshi, continue to Robust Sky City." Su Chen returned to the car and ordered. The Goblin clan probably bought Han Kuan and the others to threaten him. Before they met him, Han Kuan and the others would not be in any danger. After settling the matters here, he would be able to make it to the Goblin clan's mainland. One day later, the intelligent war chariot arrived at Robust Sky City. Robust Sky City was considered medium-sized with a population of only a few tens of thousands. However, the city was bustling with noise and excitement today. Su Chen captured an undead clan member and found out that the governor of Robust Sky City, Xianxia, was getting married to the granddaughter of a sage-level expert. The wedding of a sage-level expert's granddaughter was not a child's play. Therefore, it attracted many experts to congratulate them. There were a few known saint-level experts, and the number of cultivators below the saint level was even more than the number of hairs on an ox. "Master, are we still going in?" Mo Rong asked. There were many experts in Robust Sky City, including a few sage-level experts. This worried him. "Of course we are going in." Su Chen did not care. The main purpose of this trip was to kill Yan Shengyi. If they became his hunting target, they would have no chance of survival. No matter who it was, they would not be able to stop him. Furthermore, there were so many experts in Robust Sky City. If he were to kill all of them, he would be able to obtain a huge amount of fragments. He could not afford to miss this opportunity. "Satoshi, enter the city," Su Chen ordered. Yes. The intelligent war chariot activated its flight mode and flew above Tianjin City. A few minutes later, they arrived at a palace-like building complex. In a huge square, there were thousands of people gathered around. There was a hubbub of voices, and it was very lively. When the intelligent war chariot flew to the square, the entire square became silent. Everyone stared at the intelligent war chariot with wide eyes. His eyes were filled with confusion, and anger. This place was the wedding venue of Tianjin City's city lord. There were many strong martial artists gathered here. Who would dare to be so arrogant as to barge in without notifying? Was he tired of living? The intelligent chariot landed in the square under everyone's gaze. The moment the door opened, Su Chen walked out of the chariot with Mo Rong following behind him. Seeing that it was a young human and an undead tribesman who got out of the chariot, everyone present was dumbfounded. However, when a handsome undead tribesman saw Mo Rong, his eyelids twitched. He cried out, "Mo Rong, you're still alive?" Mo Rong clenched his fists and said coldly, "Yan Shengyi, you're not dead yet." "Of course I won't die." Although he felt uneasy in this place, when he thought of Su Chen beside him, he became bolder. Chapter 907. Haha. There's a path to heaven, but you chose to barge into hell. Let's see how you're going to escape today. Xianxia regained his senses and laughed impudently. Who is this person? Beside Xianxia, a burly old man glanced at Mo Rong and asked plainly, What do you think? Father-in-law, this is the guy who wanted to steal my level 9 energy stone and murder me. Xianxia replied respectfully. He was the one who had taken the level 9 energy stone, but now he was making false accusations. He was showing his shameless side to the extreme. Mo Rong was furious. Just as he was about to retort, Su Chen said softly, Ignore him. He's just a clown. Hearing this, Mo Rong took a deep breath and stopped talking. When the coarse old man found out about Mo Rong's identity, a murderous look appeared on his face. He snorted coldly. Mo Rong, as a member of the undead clan, not only did you murder your own people, you even dared to collude with humans. Do you know your crime? Suddenly, a terrifying pressure came crashing down on Mo Rong from all directions. Su Chen snorted coldly and raised his hand to punch out. The air shook, and the aura that swept over was destroyed. Kid, who are you? The coarse old man stared at Su Chen and exclaimed softly. There were many people present who could destroy his aura with one punch, but they had to be at least level 10. Su Chen looked young. How high could his cultivation be? How could he do this? You don't have the right to know who I am. Su Chen pursed his lips and sneered. Hiss. As soon as he said this, everyone around him sucked in a breath of cold air. The coarse old man was a true sage-level powerhouse. Everyone had to give him some face. This human male in front of him dared to humiliate him like this. He was too arrogant. The coarse old man's expression froze. He suppressed the anger in his heart and said coldly, It's fine if you don't want to say it. What's your purpose here? Su Chen's calmness and composure made him mutter to himself, so he wanted to learn more about him before making a move. Su Chen rubbed his nose and glanced around. He said lightly, I only have one purpose here, and that is to kill Xianxia. Of course, if you want to stop me, I don't mind killing all of you. As soon as he finished speaking, the entire square fell into a suffocating silence. Everyone's eyes fell on Su Chen. They really couldn't understand how this young human in front of them dared to boast to such an extent. One had to know that almost all the top powerhouses of the undead continent were gathered in the square, and there were 4 saint-level powerhouses. Su Chen wanted to kill all of them. His brain must have been flooded with water. Even if he wanted to die, he shouldn't take it so hard, right? Human, I'm standing right here. Come and kill me if you can. After a long time, Xianxia regained his senses and challenged. In his opinion, there were many powerhouses among the people present. Even if Su Chen was also a saint, he would not be able to hurt him at all. As you wish. Su Chen's feet instantly shone with a purple light. Then his figure moved and disappeared on the spot like a ghost. When he reappeared, he was already in front of Xianxia. How is this possible? Xianxia was scared out of his wits. His face was filled with deep fear. He had never seen such a fast speed. After realizing the danger, he desperately retreated. However, what made him even more frightened was that he found that his whole body was entangled by an invisible force and could not move at all. Chapter 908. Don't even think about it. The coarse old man roared and threw a punch at Su Chen. The punch of a sage-level expert was not a child's play. When the punch was thrown, the void seemed to shatter and made a cracking sound. Get lost! Su Chen snorted and waved his hand, hitting the coarse old man's fist. There was a muffled bang. The coarse old man felt as if he had been hit by a mountain. Not only did his fist shatter, but he was also pushed back by more than 10 steps. You overestimate yourself. Su Chen did not pursue him. Instead, he grabbed Xianxia's neck with one hand and returned to his original position in a few flashes. He then threw Xianxia to the ground. Witnessing this scene, the surroundings fell into an eerie silence once again. Su Chen captured Xianxia in a flash and defeated the coarse old man. There was no doubt about his terrifying strength. At this point, everyone no longer looked at Su Chen with contempt. Instead, they looked at him with deep respect and fear. Although Su Chen had only casually thrown a blow, it had completely stunned everyone. Senior, I was wrong. Please give me a chance. Xianxia knelt at Su Chen's feet and begged loudly for mercy. Even a sage-level expert could not stop Su Chen. If he wanted to live, he could only beg for Su Chen's forgiveness. Su Chen glanced at him coldly and released his mental strength to crush Xianxia's limbs. With 4 explosive sounds, Xianxia's limbs exploded. He fell into a pool of blood and was reduced to a human stick. Ah! Xianxia was in so much pain that he wanted to die. He screamed like a pig being slaughtered. It was too cruel. Witnessing this bloody scene, the expressions of the undead clan members changed. The fear in their hearts deepened. Even the sage-level experts' expressions became unusually grave. Old Mo, I'll leave this guy to you. After crippling Xianxia, Su Chen gave Mo Rong a look. Thank you, master. Mo Rong knew that Su Chen wanted him to take revenge personally. After expressing his gratitude, he began to torture Xianxia mercilessly. He had been by Su Chen's side for a period of time and had been influenced by what he saw and heard. He had also learned a few tricks. Crack! Crack! The bone-chilling sound of bones breaking continued to resound. Every crack caused the hearts of everyone present to tremble. Seeing Xianxia being tortured to death, no one present dared to stop it. There was no other reason. Su Chen was standing on the side, eyeing them covetously. If anyone dared to stand out, they would probably become an ice-cold corpse in the next moment. 5 minutes later, Xianxia suffered a round of inhumane torture and finally died with hatred. Human, who are you? At this moment, a one-eyed old man could not help but ask. He was also a saint-level existence. As the top existence of the undead continent, he had always ignored Su Chen and allowed him to do whatever he wanted. My name is Su Chen. Su Chen smiled faintly. Su Chen. He was Su Chen. A person's name was like a tree's shadow. In the undead continent, even ordinary people knew of Su Chen's name. These powerful people were even more familiar with him. After knowing Su Chen's true identity, the huge square seemed to be shrouded in a haze. It was heavy and oppressive. Everyone started to kick and feel uneasy. Rumor had it that Su Chen was extremely cruel and loved to slaughter people of the mutated tribe. Now that he had appeared here, could it be that he wanted to exterminate the undead tribe? The one-eyed old man was shocked. He stared blankly at Su Chen and did not know what to do for a moment. The coarse old man's face was even paler. Previously, he had taken the initiative to attack Su Chen. Would Su Chen let him go? Chapter 909. Su Chen, our undead race has never offended you. What do you want? A skinny saint-level undead race member stepped forward and asked Su Chen. He didn't seem to be afraid of Su Chen at all. You undead race invaded the human continent, massacred humans on Thousand Feather Island, and even captured my friends. Is this what you call not offending me? Su Chen narrowed his eyes and snorted. Captured your friends? The skinny saint-level undead race member was taken aback. He knew that the undead race had invaded the human continent. But Wen Qing had made a private deal with the Yao race to capture Han Kuan and the others. He knew nothing about it. There must be some misunderstanding, the skinny saint-level undead race member muttered. Just a misunderstanding and you're done with it? Su Chen smiled contemptuously. Today, if the undead race didn't give him an explanation, he wouldn't give up so easily. What do you want? A saint-level undead race member in a black robe asked coldly. After all, this was the undead race's continent. 4 saint-level undead race members were gathered here. No matter how strong Su Chen was, could he be a match for them? Hand over 1,000 level 9 and above energy stones, and I won't pursue this matter, Su Chen said calmly. 1,000 level 9 energy stones? Hearing this number, all the undead sucked in a breath of cold air. Did the undead race have so many level 9 energy stones? At this moment, they all thought that Su Chen wasn't here to solve the matter. He was clearly looking for trouble. What if we don't give it to you? The black-robed saint-level undead race member suppressed his anger and asked in a muffled voice. Su Chen pursed his lips and chuckled. 1 less energy stone, and I'll kill all of you here. Kill all of them? What an arrogant tone. There were thousands of undead race members present, and all of them were high-level cultivators. There were also 4 saint-level existences. Who gave Su Chen the courage to say such words? You think you can kill so many of us by yourself? The skinny undead saint-level master's eyes gradually turned cold. Su Chen's arrogance and condescension had already caused him to be on the verge of exploding with rage. Who said I was the only one? Su Chen said faintly, then snapped his fingers behind him. Immediately, a group of experts led by Qi Mufeng got off the carriage and stood beside Su Chen. Seeing so many level 10 and above powerhouses appear all of a sudden, the undead race's expression became much more dignified. Qi Mufeng, this is a matter between the undead clan and Su Chen. Does your Qi clan also want to get involved? The skinny undead sage-level master's eyelids twitched when he saw Qi Mufeng. If there was only Qi Mufeng's reply, he wouldn't care. Most importantly, Qi Mufeng had the Qi clan behind him, and the Qi clan was an exceptionally powerful force in the void. It wasn't something that the undead race could fight against. Su Chen is my sworn brother. Do you think I should get involved? Qi Mufeng sneered. Sworn brother? The undead race were all stunned, then fell into silence. Su Chen alone was already powerful enough. If Qi Mufeng joined the fray, they wouldn't have the slightest confidence to fight against them. Seeing that the undead race were all silent, Su Chen didn't waste any more time. He opened the pet breeding space and summoned all his spiritual pets. Then, he waved his hand and gave the order. Kill! Fight it out with him. The burly elder roared and charged towards Su Chen. Since Su Chen wasn't going to let them go, they could only fight with their lives. Kill! Qi Muxia followed closely behind Su Chen. Her performance was exceptionally eye-catching. Qi Mufeng and the rest also found their own opponents to fight. Mo Rong stood where he was and hesitated for a while. Then, he gritted his teeth and charged forward as well. Su Chen was his master. Master, you've already attacked. Even if you're facing your own race, you have no choice. Chapter 9-10. A great battle was about to break out. The entire square was instantly drowned out by the sounds of fighting. Su Chen locked onto the coarse old man and slashed out with his saber. A terrifying wave of lightning instantly spread out. A blue torrent swept forward. Wherever it passed, all the undead spirits that came into contact with it, regardless of their cultivation, were all turned into ashes. The coarse old man jumped in fright. He could clearly see that the blue torrent was rushing towards him. Although he knew that he could not resist it, he would not sit still and wait for death. When the blue torrent rushed in front of him, a bone shield suddenly appeared in his hand and blocked in front of him. There was a loud boom. The blue torrent hit the bone shield heavily, and then there was a violent explosion. When the smoke settled, the bone shield had been blown into countless pieces and scattered on the ground. The coarse old man behind the shield was charred black. Although he was not dead, he was seriously injured and looked like he was about to collapse. Su Chen moved his feet and appeared in front of the coarse old man in a flash. He punched out. There was a loud bang. The coarse old man's entire body was blasted into a fine powder. The people who were originally fighting stopped at this moment and looked at Su Chen with inexplicable horror. A dignified saint-level powerhouse couldn't even withstand a single blow from Su Chen and was killed. Su Chen's strength shocked everyone. Those undead spirits wished that they could grow a pair of wings and escape immediately. After killing the coarse old man, Su Chen turned to look at the black-robed sage-level undead spirit. A mocking smile slowly appeared on his face. Su Chen, we are willing to give you the energy stones. Stop. After seeing how terrifying Su Chen was, the black-robed sage-level undead spirit admitted defeat. It's too late. Su Chen growled and instantly rushed forward. Qi Mufeng and the others also continued to kill the undead spirits. You forced me to do this. When Su Chen rushed over, the black-robed undead sage-level expert's body rapidly expanded. Accompanied by an explosive sound, his body instantly turned into a white skeleton that was 10 feet tall. His body was surrounded by a strong aura of death. So he's an evil cultivator. Su Chen sneered. Su Chen, you can die now. White skeleton roared. It clenched a huge bone fist and smashed it toward Su Chen. You overestimate yourself. Su Chen smiled contemptuously. His hand glowed with a faint golden light as he punched out. Bang! When the two fists collided, an earth-shattering collision sound rang out. Violent waves of air surged in all directions. Asterisk crack. Asterisk what followed was the sound of bones breaking. The white skeleton's fists shattered under the impact of the huge impact, and even its thick bone arm was broken into several pieces. Asterisk da. Asterisk white skeleton took a few steps back. After stabilizing its body, it looked at Su Chen in horror. After turning into a skeleton, its strength and defense had increased several times. However, it was still defeated by Su Chen with a single punch. How powerful was Su Chen's body and strength? Trash. Do you think you can show off in front of me after turning into a skeleton? Su Chen sneered. Then, he jumped into the air, took out the primordial 5 Extremes mountain, and smashed it down from the sky. There was a loud bang. White skeleton was pressed to the ground without any resistance. Countless bones in its body were broken. For a moment, there were crisp sounds. Ah! White skeleton roared and struggled desperately, trying to escape from the primordial 5 Extremes mountain. Su Chen would not give it the chance. He walked forward and stomped on its head. Suddenly, thousands of shiny fragments appeared in front of him. Chapter 9-11. At the same time, Qi Mufeng also killed the skinny saint-level undead spirit with one strike. The last saint-level undead spirit was smashed into meat paste by the golden puppet with one punch. From then on, the 4 saint-level undead spirits were all killed. None of the remaining undead spirits were able to escape. They were all killed by the gold-devouring beetles and other spirit pets as well as Li Kueyang's group of powerful undead spirits. Su Chen looked at the densely packed fragments in the square and could not help but smile. Then, he collected the fragments and let the others search for them. The undead spirits present were not ordinary people. They had many good things on them. Half an hour later, the group returned with a full load. Old Mo, lead the way to that mountain. Su Chen immediately ordered after returning to the car. Although they had collected some level 9 energy stones, it was not enough to upgrade the intelligent war chariot to level 9. Therefore, they had to make a trip to the mountain that contained level 9 energy stones. Yes. Mo Rong replied and started to guide the intelligent war chariot. Su Chen was about to return to the driver's seat to tidy up the fragments when Qi Muyu walked over and said with a smile, Su Chen, how was my performance? When Su Chen said to attack, she was the first to charge forward. He thought that his performance was very good. So shouldn't Su Chen reward him? Not bad. Su Chen replied casually. Then without giving Qi Muxia a chance to speak again, he yawned and sat down in the driver's seat. He closed his eyes and rested. Damn it! Qi Muxia was so angry that her teeth were itching. However, she could not do anything to Su Chen. She could only stomp her feet to vent her anger. Su Chen returned to the driver's seat and started to tidy up the fragments. This time, he had killed 4 saint-level spirit pets and hundreds of high-level cultivators. The fragments that had been dropped had reached a terrifying amount of 60,000. If all of them were converted into energy points, the total number of energy points he had accumulated in the past would be close to 300,000, reaching a new height once again. However, Su Chen knew very well that as his level continued to increase, 300,000 energy points was actually not a lot. Purchasing a level 13 all-attribute fragment already required 30,000 energy points, and the subsequent ones would definitely double. Moreover, there were many people around him. Other than Wu Yazi and Li Kueyang, the 2 false saints, the others and all the spiritual pets were below level 10. Their cultivation was too low. Once the void was exhausted, he would lose his combat ability. This was something he absolutely did not wish to see. Therefore, increasing their strength was also a matter that could not be delayed. Su Chen thought about it and decided to leave 100,000 energy points for himself. The rest was used to increase the strength of others. The intelligent war chariot traveled for 2 days. On the 3rd day, it entered a vast mountain range. This mountain range was known as the Xitagaba mountain range. It was also where the level 9 energy stones were located. Old Mo, do you know the exact location? Su Chen glanced outside and asked calmly. It's in the middle of a huge mountain peak. I think it's the one in front. Mo Rong pointed at the most conspicuous mountain peak in front of them and said. Su Chen nodded and ordered, Satoshi, fly over quickly. Yes. The intelligent war chariot received the order and flew at full speed. Soon, it was near the mountain peak. Master, I feel danger here. The swift bird suddenly reminded him. Danger? Su Chen frowned. There was a level 10 golden python here, but a level 10 demon beast was not enough for the swift bird to sense danger. Then what was the source of the danger? Could it be that there were other experts hiding here? Chapter 9:12. Satoshi Land. Su Chen didn't think too much about it. On the mainland, he had never been afraid of anyone. So what if there was danger? Could he be a threat to him? The intelligent war chariot landed at the foot of the mountain, but it was quiet all around. Not to mention the golden python, there wasn't even a shadow. Su Chen glanced outside and said to the intelligent war chariot, Satoshi, search this mountain. Master, there's something in the mountain that can block my detection, the intelligent war chariot immediately replied. Su Chen was surprised and turned to the swift bird. Xiao Sun, is the source of your danger from this mountain? Yes, I feel that there's a terrifying existence hidden inside. The swift bird replied and then said, however, I also feel that there's not only a level 9 energy stone, but also a lot of level 10 energy stones. And level 10 energy stones? Su Chen was pleasantly surprised. With level 10 energy stones, the intelligent war chariot and mechanical soldier could both level up to level 10. This trip was really worth it. As for the terrifying existence inside, it would be best if it knew what was good for it. If not, it would be killed on the spot. He would kill anyone who dared to stop him from obtaining energy stones. Then, Su Chen opened the door and got out of the car with Qi Mufeng. As for the rest, he left them in the car. Before the danger was resolved, he didn't want the others to take the risk. After getting out of the car, Su Chen looked around and saw a hidden cave at the foot of the mountain. It was pitch black inside, and he didn't know where it led to. Su Chen guessed that the terrifying existence was probably in the cave. In order to force the other party to show up, he raised his hand and shot out a lightning ball. There was a rumbling sound. The entire mountain trembled violently for a moment, and a sizable landslide appeared. However, when the stone fell, the cave was still abnormally quiet. Let's see how long you can endure. Su Chen snorted and condensed the violent thunderspell again. After all, his main objective was the energy stones. As long as the other party did not show up, he could just destroy the entire mountain. Stop. This old man will show himself. Just as Su Chen was about to throw out the lightning ball, an old voice came out from the cave. Immediately afterward, accompanied by a strange rustling sound, a huge golden snake came out of the stone cave. On the head of the snake, there was an old man with a withered face. Su Chen, I've long heard of your great name. Now that I've met you today, I can see that you're indeed a sharp person. The withered old man sized up Su Chen and chuckled. You know me? Su Chen asked softly. He was sure that this was the first time he had met this old man. How did this old man recognize him? However, at this moment, Qi Mufeng's expression changed slightly. He bowed to the withered old man and asked, Senior, are you supremacy carefree? The withered old man glanced at Qi Mufeng and smiled. So it's someone from the Qi clan. I am Wuyo. Supremacy carefree? Su Chen muttered to himself and looked at Qi Mufeng. Qi Mufeng whispered, Su Chen, supremacy carefree is a third-stage saint. He's also very famous in the void. Su Chen, you're here for energy stones, right? Reverend Wuyo withdrew his smile and stared at Su Chen as he spoke in an indifferent tone. Yes. Su Chen replied straightforwardly. Since this was Supremacy Carefree's territory, the level 9 and level 10 energy stones would definitely belong to him. However, since he was already here, he would definitely not be satisfied if he did not obtain anything. Chapter 9:13. Since that's the case, I'll give you some. I can't let you come here for nothing. As Venerable Carefree spoke, he began to rummage through his storage bag. This old fellow is quite sensible. Su Chen was delighted. Since Venerable Carefree had taken the initiative to give him something, he didn't have to make a move. After all, he had no enmity with Venerable Carefree. He really couldn't find a reason to make a move. However, when he saw Venerable Carefree take out 5 grade 9 energy stones, Su Chen's face darkened. He said coldly, "Senior, do you think 5 grade 9 energy stones are enough to get rid of me?" "You think it's too little?" Venerable Carefree said casually. Then, he took out another 5. "I'll give you another 5. You should be satisfied now, right?" Su Chen took a deep breath. At this moment, he had a feeling that Venerable Carefree was toying with him. Suppressing his anger, Su Chen said coldly, "What if I'm still not satisfied?" Venerable Carefree's face darkened slightly. He said seriously, "Su Chen, I heard that you're extremely cruel, killing people and exterminating clans at the slightest provocation. However, from what I understand, although you're unscrupulous in your actions, you abide by the rules. The people you killed were all people who had a grudge with you or offended you. This old man has no enmity with you, and this is the first time we've met. You won't rob me, right?" F***CK. Su Chen was dumbfounded. Venerable Carefree was actually reasoning with him, and his words were clear and logical. Indeed, he had killed countless people, but those people had all offended him. And Venerable Carefree hadn't offended him. If he were to rob him, it would be a little unreasonable. However, grade 9 and grade 10 energy stones were too important to him. He had to get them no matter what. Su Chen's thoughts turned. He asked, "Senior, you're from the undead race, right?" "Yes." Venerable Carefree nodded. He didn't care too much. Unexpectedly, Su's face suddenly turned cold. He snorted and said, "I have a few good friends who were captured by you undead clan members and sold to the demon clan. I don't know if they are still alive. As for the undead who captured my friend, he said that he was ordered by a 3rd-level saint rank expert. In the undead continent, there is only one 3rd-level saint rank expert, right?" At this point, Su Chen's body exuded a faint murderous aura. He seemed to be saying that if Venerable Worryless didn't give him an explanation, it would be difficult to resolve the situation today. Supremacy Worryless was stunned upon hearing this. He had never done such a thing. Wasn't Su Chen clearly trying to frame him? Qi Mufeng swallowed his saliva hard. He knew that Han Kuan and the others had been captured. However, this matter was clearly his doing. Su Chen was trying to shift the blame onto revered Carefree. This was clearly looking for trouble. This is a real bandit. Qi Muxia, who was in the intelligent war chariot, secretly despised him. Previously, when they were in the elf continent, they had snatched the swift bird from the Titan. Su Chen had humiliated them, saying that the Qi family were all bandits. However, wasn't Su Chen acting like a bandit now? He had casually found an excuse, and the next step would definitely be to snatch it. Such a person still dared to say that the Qi family was a bandit? He was utterly shameless. "You're saying that I was the one who did this? Do you have proof?" Supremacy Worryless said angrily. He wouldn't accept such a label being pinned on him for no reason at all. "Of course I do." Su Chen was prepared. He pointed at the intelligent war chariot behind him and said confidently, "The people in the chariot are all witnesses. They can testify for me." Chapter 9:14. King Hell. Supremacy Worryless roared in his heart. The people in the car were Su Chen's friends. Of course, they would listen to whatever Su Chen said. How could these people be witnesses? Su Chen was too King shameless. Qi Mufeng, tell me. Is that the case? Supremacy Worryless took a deep breath and suppressed the rage in his heart. He turned to question Qi Mufeng. He had met Qi Mufeng before, and he knew him quite well. He did not believe that Qi Mufeng would lie. "Brother Qi, just tell the truth." Su Chen winked at Qi Mufeng and said calmly. Qi Mufeng was speechless for a moment. He felt like he was at the center of a storm. Under the gaze of Supremacy Worryless and Su Chen, he slowly lowered his head and muttered, "Yes." Su Chen was his sworn brother after all. It was only right for him to help Su Chen. Even if he knew that he was lying, he had no other choice. "Shameless." Supremacy Worryless was so angry that his hair stood on end. He had never expected that Qi Mufeng, who had always prided himself on being straightforward, would actually start to lie. How despicable! Senior, watch your words. Su Chen snorted softly and reprimanded him like an old man. Don't think that you can flaunt your seniority just because you're old. If you still don't know how to restrain yourself, I'm going to beat you up. Qi Mufeng gulped and stared at Su Chen in a daze. He thought to himself, Su Chen is too ruthless. He's trying to anger Supremacy Worryless to death. As expected, Supremacy Worryless' chest heaved violently. He was clearly on the verge of exploding. However, he was still very restrained. He looked at Su Chen and said in a deep voice, Su Chen, tell me what exactly do you want? Senior, if you give me some energy stones as compensation, I will not pursue this matter. Su Chen smiled faintly. I see. Venerable Worryless came to a realization and gnashed his teeth in fury. Su Chen had found such an excuse. So it was all for the energy stones. How much do you want? Revered Carefree asked in a muffled voice. Give me 100 level 9 and 10 energy stones each, Su Chen said calmly. From the sound of it, level 9 and level 10 energy stones were as common as cabbages. 100 of each? Qi Mufeng's mouth was slightly open, and his expression was blank. He had long guessed that Su Chen would demand an exorbitant price, but he didn't expect it to be so exorbitant. 200 energy stones of level 9 and level 10. Wasn't this asking for Venerable Worryless' life? Su Chen, what if I refuse? Venerable Worryless' voice was unusually cold. As a stage 3 saint rank expert, he was a respected existence even in the void. But in Su Chen's eyes, he was nothing. Su Chen's arrogance and conceit had thoroughly infuriated him. He didn't intend to continue tolerating it. If you don't give it to me, I'll have to fight. Su Chen pursed his lips and said indifferently, do you really think you're invincible? Venerable Worryless sneered. In the continent, I am an invincible existence. Su Chen said loudly with a solemn expression. He didn't have the slightest intention of keeping a low profile. Venerable Worryless clicked his tongue. I admit that you are indeed very strong in the continent. I can't defeat you. But if you want to defeat me, it's also impossible. You're that confident? Su Chen narrowed his eyes and exclaimed softly. In the continent, Venerable Worryless was the first person who dared to say such words in front of him. If you can't, you can try. Venerable Worryless said seriously. Chapter 9:15. Then I won't hold back. Su Chen harumphed coldly. With a kick, he charged at Supremacy Worryless like a startled swan. He had to get the energy stones. Since Supremacy Worryless didn't know what was good for him, he had to make a move. Seeing Su Chen's speed, Supremacy Worryless' eyelids twitched. Without hesitation, he took out a small golden bell and threw it into the air. Then, he raised his hand and threw it into the air. Golden light pulsed on it, and then it turned into a few dozen feet in size, covering his head. Su Chen didn't think much of it. He rushed forward, clenched his fist, and punched the golden bell. Dong! After a loud sound, the golden bell didn't move at all. It didn't seem to be damaged at all. Ha ha! Supremacy Worryless laughter came from within the bell. Su Chen, my golden emperor bell is a top-notch defensive sacred artifact. No matter how powerful you are, you can forget about breaking its defense. Do you still think you can defeat me now? Hearing this, Qi Mufeng was stunned. A stage 3 sage was fighting one-on-one with Su Chen, but he chose to be a coward and didn't even dare to make a move. And he still had the nerve to mock Su Chen? Did he not want his old face anymore? Su Chen didn't get angry. He sized up the golden emperor bell and said indifferently, do you think I can't do anything to you just because you're hiding in your turtle shell? Admittedly, the golden emperor bell's defense was very strong. But his methods weren't as simple as what he saw now. He still hadn't used any of his trump cards with great lethality. Su Chen, don't try to talk big. If you can break my defense, I'll surrender immediately. Supremacy Worryless provoked. As you wish. As Su Chen's eyes gradually narrowed, he reached out and took out the Yuan combined 5 extremes mountain. After it expanded to 100 feet in size, it flew above the Golden Emperor Bell and smashed down heavily. There was a loud boom. It shook the surrounding mountains, causing them to tremble. The Golden Emperor Bell suffered a heavy blow and was embedded into the ground. However, the surface was still shining with a bright golden light, and it didn't seem to be damaged at all. Seeing this, Su Chen was slightly moved. One had to know that the integrated 5 Extremes mountain weighed 108,000 kilograms. This weight was not something that an ordinary sacred artifact could withstand. Su Chen, you won't be able to break through my defenses. Why don't you just stop here? Revered Carefree said in a low voice. This time, he did not provoke Su Chen. Although Su Chen's attack didn't do anything to him, he was still afraid that Su Chen would continue to smash him like this. No matter how strong the Donghuang Bell was, it would not be able to withstand hundreds and thousands of such attacks. Qi Mufeng secretly broke out in cold sweat for supremacy worryless. Su Chen still had 2 powerful killing moves that he had yet to use. This was especially true for the fusion of ice and fire magic. Even 7 Frost Sword had been killed in one move. How could a mere Golden Emperor Bell stop him? Once Su Chen was angered and used this move, Revered Carefree would be reduced to ashes along with the bell. The person who wants me to stop hasn't been born yet. Su Chen snorted and walked into the air step by step. Then, 1 turned into 2, 2 turned into 4. Suddenly, 10 phantoms appeared, as well as 2 identical Su Chens. In order to shatter the Golden Emperor Bell's defenses, Su Chen used the 10,000 Lights 10 Shadows killing technique and summoned his second primordial spirit. All of a sudden, the 12 Su Chen launched their attacks at the same time. Various types of spell techniques and several holy swords rained down from the sky in a torrential downpour. What kind of sacred art is this? Facing Su Chen's storm-like attacks, Revered Carefree was completely stunned. For the first time, he doubted the Golden Emperor Bell's defenses. Chapter 9:16. Boom! With an earth-shattering explosion, the entire Golden Emperor Bell was smashed into the ground. Furthermore, dense cracks appeared on its surface, and the golden glow on it dimmed. It was clearly severely damaged and could not withstand Su Chen's next attack. Old Wu, do you still want to fight? Su Chen glanced at the deep pit and asked calmly. Although Venerable Carefree was a little pretentious, he was not bad overall. Su Chen's main goal was the energy stones. He did not want to kill Venerable Carefree. No, I admit defeat. Venerable Carefree crawled out of the deep pit, his face covered in dust and looking battered and exhausted. The Golden Emperor Bell was almost shattered. What could he use to fight Su Chen? If he continued, he would not be able to keep his life. Old Wu, according to the agreement, shouldn't you give me the energy stones? Su Chen did not want to waste time with him and directly asked for the energy stones. Venerable Carefree's face turned red. He gritted his teeth and said, I can give you 100 level 9 energy stones, but I only have 40 level 10 energy stones. But don't worry, I can use other things to replace them. Venerable Carefree had done a very good job in this aspect. Su Chen nodded slightly. That's it. I don't want anything else. The intelligent war chariot needed 30 level 9 energy stones to upgrade to level 9 and another 30 level 10 energy stones to upgrade to level 10. The remaining 10 could be used to install the mechanical soldiers. Therefore, he was already very satisfied with the amount Venerable Carefree gave him. Is that okay? Venerable Carefree was a little embarrassed. I always keep my word. Senior, just give it to me, Su Chen promised. Venerable Carefree did not hesitate anymore. He took out a storage bag and threw it to Su Chen. Su Chen counted the amount. After confirming that there were no mistakes, he smiled and said to Venerable Carefree, Senior, I won't disturb you any further. With that, he walked toward the intelligent war chariot with Qi Mufeng. Now that he had achieved his goal, he had to hurry to the monster continent to rescue Han Kuan and the others. Supremacy Carefree hesitated for a moment before finally saying, Su Chen, wait a moment. Anything else? Su Chen stopped and turned around to look at Revered Carefree. Su Chen, have you offended Heaven Scattering Taoist? Venerable Carefree probed. Heaven Scattering Taoist? Su Chen gradually narrowed his eyes, a cold light flashing in his eyes. In the secret realm of the Yunluo Mountains, the heaven-scattering Taoist had sent 5 sage-level experts to kill him. It could be said that heaven-scattering Taoist had been put on his must-kill list. I once robbed him of his things, and he once sent people to kill me. Su Chen didn't try to hide anything. Had he robbed something from heaven-scattering Taoist? Taoist carefree smacked his lips and secretly thought that Su Chen was really audacious. He even dared to rob heaven-scattering Taoist's things. Su Chen, if you enter the void, you must be careful. Heaven-scattering Taoist is gathering people to deal with you. Venerable Carefree took a breath and reminded him. The reason why he told him this was firstly to thank Su Chen for showing mercy. Secondly, he believed that as long as Su Chen didn't die, he would become a supreme expert sooner or later. Maybe he would even be promoted to the legendary divine realm. He also wanted to take this opportunity to form a good relationship with him. Senior, thank you for reminding me. Su Chen thanked him. He had expected that heaven-scattering Taoist wanted to deal with him in the void. However, Venerable Carefree did warn him at the risk of offending heaven-scattering Taoist, which was indeed worth thanking. Chapter 9:17. You're welcome, Venerable Wuyo said with a smile. Senior, do you know which stage of the saint-level heaven-scattering Taoist is at? Su Chen continued to ask. Last time, he learned from Qi Mufeng that heaven-scattering Taoist was very powerful, but he didn't know his specific cultivation. Therefore, he wanted to find out more from Venerable Wuyo. Venerable Wuyo thought for a moment and replied, I don't know which stage of the saint level he is at, but rumor has it that his strength is second only to the Realm Lord. Realm Lord? It was the first time Su Chen heard of it, and he couldn't help but frown. Qi Mufeng explained, the Realm Lord is the strongest person in the alliance of 10,000 tribes. Rumor has it that his cultivation is likely to have broken through to the God Realm. Hiss! Su Chen gasped. The God Realm was beyond the 10th stage of the saint level. It was needless to say how powerful he was. But was there still a God Realm existence? A long time ago, he had heard from the gold-devouring bug that almost all the God Realm experts had fallen in a great battle 10,000 years ago. Therefore, he still had some doubts about whether the Realm Lord was a God Realm expert or not. I can't be sure whether the Realm Lord is a God Realm expert or not, but there is no doubt that he is the strongest person in the alliance of 10,000 tribes, Venerable Wuyo said with a smile. Su Chen took a breath and then asked, where is the Realm Lord in the void? In his opinion, even if the Realm Lord was not a God Realm expert, he was at least a 10th stage saint-level expert. He was definitely not someone he could fight against. It was best to avoid him in advance when he entered the void in the future. Venerable Wuyo shook his head and said with a wry smile, the Realm Lord's whereabouts are unpredictable. The entire void can be regarded as his home, but no one can find him. The meaning in his words was that the Realm Lord was a mysterious and powerful existence. Su Chen didn't dwell on this matter. Since the Realm Lord was in charge of the 10,000 tribes, he should be very busy. As long as one didn't provoke him, it shouldn't attract his attention. After a while, Su Chen and Venerable Wuyo chatted about heaven-scattering Taoist for a while and then left. Behind them, the intelligent war chariot headed straight for Yuyuan City. Near Yuyuan City, there was a realm passage that connected to the demon race. When one reached there, they would be able to find the realm point and enter the demon race continent. On the way, Qi Mufeng came to Su Chen's side and whispered, Su Chen, after entering the monster race's continent, I must return to my family as soon as possible. Did something happen to your Qi clan? Su Chen asked. That's not it. Qi Mufeng smiled and explained, I just received a message from my family. The Starry Sky tournament has been brought forward by a year and will be held in half a year. I have to go back and prepare. Starry Sky competition? Su Chen looked at Qi Mufeng in confusion and asked, Brother Qi, what is the Starry Sky Grand Tournament? To put it bluntly, the Starry Sky Grand Tournament is a competition between the strongest of the younger generation of our alliance of 10,000 races, Qi Mufeng said. The Starry Sky Grand Tournament included the young experts of the continent and the void, so it must be very valuable. But what Su Chen couldn't figure out was, what was the point of organizing a competition? Brother Qi, what is the purpose of the Starry Sky Grand Tournament? Su Chen asked. To select a place to enter the Void Secret Realm. Qi Mufeng replied and then explained, the Void Secret Realm opens once every 100 years. There are countless treasures and spiritual materials inside, but it's also extremely dangerous. Not only will the cultivators of our alliance of 10,000 races enter, but the void beasts will also send people in. Chapter 9:18. Both the Myriad Tribes Alliance and the Void Beasts were fighting to enter the Void Secret Land. This meant that there must be a lot of treasures in the Void Secret Land. Su Chen was tempted. He asked, Brother Qi, can I participate in the Starry Sky Grand Competition? Yes, but you have to join a big force first, Qi Mufeng said. Su Chen suddenly remembered that in the mysterious heavenly continent, one had to join a big force and go through a selection process to enter the Void Battleground. This was different from the Starry Sky Grand Competition. Brother Qi, it shouldn't be a problem for me to join the Qi family, right? Su Chen asked. He had offended all the big forces of the human tribe. Moreover, the human tribe sage level wanted to kill him. None of them would accept him. After thinking about it, only the Qi family was suitable. No problem at all, Qi Mufeng promised. In fact, he said this to persuade Su Chen to join the Qi family. With Su Chen's strength, even in the Starry Sky Grand Competition where geniuses gathered, he would definitely come in first place. This way, the Qi family would be able to get more spots. Cooperating with Su Chen would be beneficial to both sides. Su Chen nodded. I'll have to trouble you, Brother Qi. However, I still have some things to deal with. I can't go back to the Qi family with you this time. Rescuing Han Kuan and the others, killing Ji Zongzi, and finding a blacksmith master were urgent matters. At the very least, he had to deal with these two things before he could enter the Void Battleground. It's okay. As long as you can get there in time. Qi Mufeng replied. He then took out a white bead and gave it to Su Chen. He said, Su Chen, this is a communication bead. You can use it to find the exact location of the Void Battleground. Qi Mufeng's communication bead could be contacted from thousands of miles away. It was obvious that the communication bead was extraordinary. Su Chen carefully put it away in his storage pouch. Then, he chatted with Qi Mufeng about the Starry Sky Grand Competition. After that, he installed the new Level 9 Energy Stone on the Intelligent War Chariot. When the Intelligent War Chariot was upgraded to Level 9, it was equipped with a Level 10 Energy Stone. Now that the Intelligent War Chariot had reached Level 10, the various abilities of the Intelligent War Chariot had increased tremendously. The detection function that Su Chen valued the most directly soared to a range of 10,000 kilometers. Other than that, he also used 2 level-up gems to upgrade the Mechanical Soldier to Level 10. He also installed the remaining 10 Level 10 Energy Stones, which were enough to ensure that it could be used for a long time. 2 days later, the Intelligent War Chariot successfully entered the demonic beast continent. Since he didn't know the exact location of the saint-level devouring heavens, Su Chen caught a high-level demonic beast nearby and interrogated it for the exact location. The sky-devouring beast's lair was located in a mountain range called Shell Lake. The Shell Lake mountain range was less than 10,000 kilometers away from here, which happened to be within the detection range of the Intelligent War Chariot. Locking onto the Shell Lake mountain range, the Intelligent War Chariot sped over. They didn't encounter any obstacles along the way. In a few hours, they appeared in front of the Shell Lake mountain range. Satoshi, search for any humans, Su Chen ordered. Han Kuan and the others were bought by the sky-devouring beast. If there were any humans here, it was likely to be them. Master, I've found 4. The Intelligent War Chariot quickly replied and transmitted the images of the 4 humans to the central control screen. Han Kuan! Su Chen recognized them at a glance and immediately heaved a sigh of relief. Chapter 9:19. However, there was one thing that Su Chen did not expect. At this time, Han Kuan and the other 3 were in a small courtyard. The surroundings were quiet and there was not even a guard. It seemed that they were living a very comfortable life. They did not look like they were captured at all. It was more like they were here for a vacation. What was going on? Su Chen was puzzled. After thinking for a while, he said, "Satoshi, find the location of the strongest person here." The image on the central control screen changed to a huge mountain. At the top of the mountain, there was a row of simple wooden houses. Inside, an old man in animal skin was drinking tea leisurely. After breaking through to level 10, demonic beasts could transform into human form. This old man was most likely the sky-devouring beast. Suchen looked away after a glance and said to the intelligent war chariot, "Satoshi, go find Han Kuan and the others first." "Yes." The intelligent war chariot turned on the flying function and soon flew to the small courtyard where Han Kuan and the others were. Han Kuan and the other three had seen the intelligent war chariot before. However, it was their first time seeing the intelligent war chariot in its flying form. They were a little panicked when they did not know who was coming. Suchen opened the car door and flew into the small courtyard with a smile on his face. Suchen. When they saw that it was Suchen, Han Kuan and the others were pleasantly surprised. "Suchen, how did you find this place?" Han Kuan ran to Suchen with a complicated expression on his face. Suchen was definitely not just passing by. He was here to save them, which made Han Kuan feel very touched. However, this was the demonic beast continent after all. There was a sage-level demonic beast nearby. Suchen would definitely be killed if he was discovered by the sage-level demonic beast. "I got to know about your situation from Lu Yuan by chance," Suchen said with a smile. "Suchen, you'd better leave quickly. Otherwise, you'll be in danger." Han Kuan gritted his teeth and said. In recent years, Suchen had been stirring up a storm in the human world and the non-humankind world, but he didn't know about any of these things. Therefore, his understanding of Suchen's strength was still the same as when they first met. At that time, Suchen was only level 4. Even though more than a year had passed, he should at most be level 6, right? How could a level 6 demon beast be a match for a saint-level demon beast? He would probably be smashed into meat paste in a single exchange. "Leave." Suchen laughed involuntarily. He knew what Han Kuan was thinking and said calmly, "The sky-devouring demon from the demon clan captured you and brought you here. If you don't give me an explanation, I don't mind completely eliminating the demon clan." "Exterminate the demon clan?" Han Kuan's mouth was slightly agape, and he was completely dumbfounded. Han Feng and the other two were dumbstruck when they heard these words. Suchen actually wanted to eliminate the demon clan. This was something that they had never thought of and dared not imagine. "Suchen, you're not joking with me, right?" Han Kuan recovered from his shock and asked in a trembling voice. To eliminate the demon clan, one must first eliminate the saint-level demon beast. Could Suchen do it? It was impossible even if one thought with their toes. After all, Suchen was too young. No matter how talented he was, he definitely couldn't reach the saint level. How could he be a match for a saint-level demon beast? "Eliminating the demon clan is actually not difficult for me," Suchen said seriously. This was not an exaggeration at all. With his current strength and many helpers, if he really wanted to eliminate the demon clan, no one could stop him. Han Kuan stared at Suchen in a daze and was speechless for a moment. In his impression, Suchen was not someone who liked to brag. Then why did he say that? Chapter 9:20. However, at this moment, a figure flew over from afar. Before the person arrived, a powerful aura crushed over. "The demon clan sage is here." Han Kuan and the other three were shocked. Suchen was calm. He knew that it was Sky-Devouring Beast. He wanted to find trouble with Sky-Devouring Beast. Since Sky-Devouring Beast took the initiative to come, it saved him a lot of trouble. Soon, an old man in animal skin came over. When he saw Suchen's face, his eyelids twitched and he withdrew his aura. He asked, "Are you Suchen?" "Yes," Suchen said calmly. Judging from his expression, he did not take Sky-Devouring Beast seriously at all. The old man in animal skin clicked his tongue and put on a smile. "I've heard that Brother Su has an imposing appearance. Today, I see that you live up to your reputation. I'm Sky-Devouring Beast. Greetings, Brother Su." Sky-Devouring Beast was very humble and there was a hint of flattery in his tone. Han Kuan and the other three were dumbfounded. A demon clan sage took the initiative to befriend Su Chen? Moreover, he seemed to be very afraid of Su Chen. Su Chen was stunned for a moment and then sneered. Am I close to you? Don't try to worm your way into being friends with me. He was a little confused about what sky-devouring beast was up to. Logically speaking, he had killed countless demons. Even if sky-devouring beast did not attack him, he should not treat him with such an attitude. After being scolded by Su Chen, sky-devouring beast was not angry. Instead, he smiled embarrassedly. Brother Su, you're right. I was rude. Ha! Han Kuan and the other three were completely stunned. Sky-devouring beast actually took the initiative to apologize to Su Chen after being scolded. Was a demon clan sage so nice? Was he so cowardly in front of Su Chen? Old devouring beast, you should know why I'm here, right? Su Chen said calmly. One would not hit a smiling person. Sky-devouring beast was so tactful that he was not used to it. I know. Tunshin nodded and pointed at Han Kuan and the other three. They must be here for them. The four of them are my friends, but you captured them. Tell me, how should I deal with this matter? Su Chen narrowed his eyes. A cold light flickered in his eyes, and his voice was much colder. The sky-devouring beast swallowed its saliva and hurriedly replied, In all honesty, I brought them here for their safety. Su Chen raised his eyebrows slightly. Sky-devouring beast's answer was beyond his expectations. The heaven-devouring beast continued to explain. On that day, various forces rushed into Thousand Feather Island and mercilessly massacred the human race. If I hadn't taken the opportunity to buy them back, they would have died on Thousand Feather Island. So I have to thank you? Su Chen chuckled. I don't dare. Sky-devouring replied with a trembling voice. Tell me your purpose, Su Chen said coldly. Not only was there no friendship between him and the demon race, but there was also a considerable grudge between them. Why would the sky-devouring beast help him? There must be a purpose for this. Sky-devouring beast said truthfully, Our demon race has offended you before. The main purpose of this matter is to make up for our mistakes and beg for your forgiveness. Su Chen's fierce reputation had long spread to every foreign race. He acted without scruples and would easily kill and exterminate a race. In the continent, almost no one could suppress Su Chen. Fearing Su Chen's revenge, he could only do something to satisfy Su Chen. When Han Kuan and the other three heard this, their hearts shook. At this moment, they realized that Su Chen should be very strong, so strong that even the demon race's saint-level experts had to bow down in front of him. Could it be that Su Chen is also a saint-level expert? Thinking of this, Han Kuan took a deep breath. Chapter 921. Su Chen was in a difficult position now. He originally thought that he could go on a killing spree in the demon race, but Tunshin was so tactful and took the initiative to help him. If he insisted on taking action, it would be a little unreasonable. However, he was unwilling to only take away Han Kuan and the other three and not get any benefits. At this moment, Tunshin walked up and took out a storage bag and placed it in Su Chen's hands. He smiled and said, Our demon race was in the wrong in the past. This is a small gift as compensation. At first, Su Chen didn't care, but after seeing the contents of the storage bag, he became excited. Not only were there hundreds of high-grade energy stones and 2 wind spirit stones, there was also a mechanical heart. The value of the mechanical heart was self-evident, and it was something he urgently needed. He also had a saint-level puppet in his storage bag that lacked the mechanical heart. If he installed it and woke it up, combined with the golden puppet, he could reach Saint Level 3. In the future, it would definitely be a great help when he entered the void. You're giving me everything inside? Su Chen took a deep breath and probed. It's just a small gift. Brother Su, please accept it. Tunshin smiled and said. This time, he had put in a lot of effort to beg for Su Chen's forgiveness. If Su Chen didn't accept it, he would feel uneasy. Then I won't be polite. Su Chen's mouth twitched and said, Old Tunshin, you're not bad. You're sensible. If you meet any trouble in the future, tell me your name. I'll protect you. Thank you, Brother Su. Tunshin was overjoyed. Although Su Chen only gave a simple promise, it was very precious. With Su Chen's super talent and strength, He would become the strongest in the void sooner or later. One day, he might even reach the realm of a sector lord. With such a strong person protecting them, the demon race would prosper. Suchen kept the item in his storage bag and asked, "Old Tunshin, where did you get the mechanical heart?" The mechanical heart was something that could only be found by chance. He wanted to get some information from Tunshin and get a few more pieces. The heaven-devouring beast hesitated for a moment and said, "I got it from a saint-stage void beast." After saying that, it seemed to be worried that Su Chen would be angry and explained, "However, I only had a transaction with him. I didn't do anything harmful to the alliance." Su Chen didn't care. In his opinion, there was no difference between the void beasts and other foreign races. As long as they didn't provoke him, he didn't care about other things. "All right, if there's nothing else, we'll part." After figuring out the origin of the mechanical heart, Su Chen planned to leave the demon race's continent. "Su Chen, there's a passage to the void here. We're going back to our family." Qi Mufeng led Qi Muxue and Qi Muyu down the carriage and came to Su Chen's side. "Oh." Su Chen nodded. Before entering the demon race's continent, Qi Mufeng said that he was going to return to the void. However, when it was time to leave, he still couldn't bear to. After all, they had been together and fought side by side for a period of time. Moreover, they got along very well. When Tunshin heard that Qi Mufeng was going to return to the void, he had a thought and asked Qi Mufeng, "May I know which family in the void is this friend from?" Those who could establish a family in the void were definitely not ordinary people. They were enough to attract his attention. "Void Fortress, Qi family," Qi Mufeng said directly. Chapter 922. The Qi Family. The sky-devouring beast was shocked. The Qi family was one of the top 10 hidden families in the void, and they even had a 5th-stage saint-level patriarch. They were definitely one of the top families in the void. "So it's Brother Qi. I've heard a lot about you." After learning about Qi Mufeng's identity, the sky-devouring beast was much more respectful. "You're welcome," Qi Mufeng replied lightly. "Old devouring beast, since Brother Qi wants to enter the void from the demon clan, I'll have to trouble you to help," Su Chen said with a smile. "Don't worry, leave it to me," the sky-devouring beast said confidently. It was eager to be on good terms with the Qi family. Later, Su Chen chatted with Qi Mufeng for a while and gave him some seeds before leaving. After Qi Mufeng, his sister, and the sky-devouring beast left, Su Chen led Han Kuan and the others into the car. "Satoshi, find the boundary point that connects to the dwarf clan." Back in the car, Su Chen first instructed the intelligent war chariot, and then asked Han Kuan and the others, "How have you been in the demon clan?" "Pretty good. There's food and drink, but we can't move around freely," Han Kuan said with a smile. Su Chen nodded slightly, and then his gaze fell on Ji Wushuang. "Uncle, we're quite fated." "Senior, thank you for saving my life," Ji Wushuang said gratefully. He still remembered the scene when he met Su Chen. Everywhere Su Chen went, there would be a bloody storm. At first, he regarded Su Chen as a god of plague, a god of death, and wished he could stay as far away from Su Chen as possible. But later, he realized that Su Chen was not only a god of death, but also his savior. Including this time, he had saved him twice. Therefore, his gratitude to Su Chen came from the bottom of his heart. Su Chen waved his hand and didn't care. "Su Chen, what is your cultivation level now?" Han Kuan probed. He suspected that Su Chen had advanced to the saint rank, but he felt that it was impossible. "I just reached the first level of the saint realm." Su Chen did not hide anything. "Hiss!" Han Kuan and the other three looked at each other and fell into deep shock. After that, the intelligent war chariot flew for 2 days and found the boundary point that connected to the dwarf continent. It successfully entered the dwarf continent. The dwarf continent gave Su Chen a very desolate feeling. Within the 10,000-kilometer range of the intelligent war chariot, they only found a few dwarves. In order to confirm Ji Tsongzi's location, Su Chen called Wu Yazi out of the primal chaos space. "Senior, we have already entered the dwarf continent. Where is that Ji Tsongzi?" Su Chen asked. Hearing that they had entered the dwarf race's continent, Wu Yazi became excited. It had been hundreds of years since he left the dwarf continent. During this period, his heart had been filled with hatred. Now, he finally had a chance to take revenge. If he's not in the void, he'll be at Li Tianfeng Peak. Wu Yazi took a breath and said, Satoshi, search for Li Tianfeng Peak. Let's go immediately, Su Chen ordered. Master, Li Tianfeng Peak is not in the search range, the intelligent war chariot immediately replied. Li Tianfeng Peak was obviously out of the intelligent war chariot's detection range. Su Chen said, Senior, please guide Fang Fang. Wu Yazi nodded and pointed the direction for the intelligent war chariot. A day later, the intelligent war chariot arrived at the foot of a huge mountain. This mountain was thousands of feet high and pierced the clouds. It was Li Tianfeng Peak. Su Chen, Xianxia is very vigilant. Once he senses danger, he will run away immediately. We can't go to him rashly. Wu Yazi reminded him. Chapter 923. Can he still escape from the continent? Su Chen asked, puzzled. With his current strength, even if the other party ascended to the heavens or descended to the earth, he wouldn't be able to escape from his grasp. You don't know, but leaving Heaven Edge has a teleportation formation that connects to the void. Once he escapes into the void, it will be very difficult to catch him, Wu Yazi explained. It will take some time for him to enter the teleportation formation, right? I can capture or kill him in an extremely short period of time, not giving him the chance to teleport, Su Chen said. If he went all out, very few people could withstand half a move from him. So far, only Han Sword 7 was capable of doing this. He didn't believe that Xianxia had the strength of 7th Sword Han. Even if he did, it didn't matter because he could summon his second primordial spirit. In a 2-on-1 situation, he could definitely kill the other party in an instant. No. Wu Yazi shook his head and said, he has a defensive sacred armor on him, and its defensive strength is even stronger than the one on Han Haoyang in the abandoned land. Unless you use a killer move, you won't be able to do anything to him. Hearing this, Su Chen muttered to himself. Han Haoyang's armor was indeed very strong. At that time, he used 10,000 lights 10 shadows killing technique, but he still couldn't completely destroy it. Xianxia's defensive sacred armor was a grade higher, and the difficulty of destroying it increased by several times. Only a killer move that fused ice and fire magic could do it. However, although this move was extremely powerful, it required a certain amount of time to prepare. If things went wrong, Xianxia might be frightened and run away. Senior, if I sneak in and destroy the void passage, he won't be able to escape, right? Su Chen asked. Wu Yazi shook his head. There's a defensive formation outside the void passage that can't be broken in a short period of time. Xianxia also has a teleportation talisman that can teleport him into the void passage immediately. This guy has a lot of good things on him. Su Chen sighed. Xianxia had both the defensive sacred armor and the teleportation talisman. It was indeed very difficult to kill him. However, the people who were included in Su Chen's must-kill list, none of them could survive. Even if there were difficulties, they had to be overcome. In short, Xianxia must die. Su Chen pondered for a moment and his eyes suddenly lit up. He then said to Wu Yazi, Senior, I have an idea. Wu Yazi pricked up his ears and listened quietly. We can use the Moonshine City to trap him, Su Chen said in a deep voice. Moonshine City not only had a strong defensive ability, but it could also block space. Even if one had a transmission talisman in hand, they could not use it. Once Xianxia was trapped inside, it would be impossible for him to escape. That day, when Su Chen took Moon Spirit in, he had considered this. He never thought that he would have to use it so soon. That's a good idea. Wu Yazi was overjoyed. Senior, we still have to think of a way to lure him out. Su Chen reminded. Although the Moonshine City was a top sacred tool, to trap the other party must take the initiative to enter. That's easy. Wu Yazi quickly said, You arrange the Moonshine City in advance. I will attract Xianxia's attention. That guy hates me to the bone and will definitely chase after me crazily. When I hide in the Moonshine City, he will definitely follow. However, you have to pay attention to one thing. Don't let the Moonshine City be too conspicuous, otherwise, it will make Xianxia suspicious. Su Chen nodded and turned to the intelligent war chariot, and ordered, Satoshi, search for any saint-level existences in Li Tianfeng Peak. Master, there is a second-level saint-level expert in Li Tianfeng Peak. The intelligent war chariot immediately replied. Chapter 924. Second-level saint rank. Su Chen frowned slightly. He still remembered that Wu Yazi had said that Xianxia was a first-level saint rank expert. Now that he was a second-level saint rank expert, it meant that Xianxia had been promoted. However, in the continent, he could only exert a cultivation of level 10 at most, so he did not care. Later, he opened the chaos space to contact Moon Spirit. Only Moon Spirit could control the Moonshine City, so he must have her help. Su Chen, I will do my best to cooperate. Moon Spirit promised. After taking the level 7 physique potion, given by Su Chen, she had been promoted to level 7 and was more proficient in controlling the Moonshine City. Trapping a saint-rank existence was not a big problem. With the plan set, the next step was to prepare. Moon Spirit took out the Moonshine City and enlarged it to the size of 200 or 300 feet. After being slightly modified by Wu Yazi, it looked almost the same as an ordinary house. Then, Su Chen put away the intelligent war chariot and entered the Moonshine City with Moon Spirit to hide. Wu Yazi entered the heaven-separating peak alone to lure Xianxia. Before long, there was a violent explosion and angry roar from the heaven-separating peak. Wu Yazi, there is a road to heaven, but you don't want to take it. This time, I want to see how you escape. In the direction of the heaven-separating peak, Wu Yazi flew in the direction of the Moonshine City. Looking at his appearance, he seemed to have suffered a minor injury. Behind him, there were 3 people in hot pursuit. The person in the lead was also an old man with a withered face. This person's aura was thick, and his body exuded a majestic pressure. He should be Xianxia. The other 2 were also level 10 experts. Xianxia, you couldn't kill me back then, so don't even think about it now. Wu Yazi provoked while running in a panic. Old man's acting skills are not bad. Su Chen chuckled. Wu Yazi's injuries had already recovered, and with the 18 sacred tool shields, even if he could not defeat Xianxia, he would never be in such a difficult situation. The reason why he showed such an appearance was most likely to lure Xianxia. The entire dwarf continent is under my control. Let's see where you can escape to. Xianxia laughed nastily and shot out a purple beam from afar, accurately hitting Wu Yazi's back. Wu Yazi staggered from the heavy blow and spat out a mouthful of blood. Haha! Do you think a trash like you can fight me? Xianxia laughed wildly, his speed increasing greatly as he charged straight at Wu Yazi. Wu Yazi gritted his teeth and staggered into the Moonshine City. Xianxia did not think much at all. He took the 2 level 10 cultivators and plunged into the Moonshine City. Unexpectedly, just as they entered, the surroundings suddenly trembled. Immediately after, the scene in front of him changed. It was as if he had entered a huge square. Xianxia was, after all, a saint-level existence. He quickly calmed down and narrowed his eyes as he scanned the surroundings. Wu Yazi's figure soon appeared in his line of sight. Beside him stood a handsome young human and a beautiful elf with an otherworldly aura. Wu Yazi, did you deliberately lead me here? Xianxia hurriedly glanced at Su Chen and Moon Spirit before his eyes finally fell on Wu Yazi. This old man was afraid that you would run away, so I had to lead you here. A meaningful smile crossed the corner of Wu Yazi's mouth as he faintly said, Once you enter here, we can catch a turtle in a jar. You're tuning in to the Wisdom Diary YouTube channel. Don't forget to subscribe and join us on this journey to catch the most captivating stories.